How's it going? My name is William, and this is my so-called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle, and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
They're just touching Touchtronic memory machines.
Incredible.
I'm Polly Bergen. Only Singer makes machines this easy to use. Touch. The memory remembers your stitch pattern instantly. Touchtronic speed control remembers to adjust your fabric thickness.
What about basting?
Touch. Great. You can forget about your sewing machine and concentrate on sewing. The Touchtronic memory machine family. Come take a test touch.
My opening gives me just enough time to run around this room like a chicken with his head cut off. Hello. How's it going? My name is William. Welcome to my so-called life. It's Saturday night, and I'm gonna do something. I hope everyone's doing well. Hello, Alibaba. Great to see you. Joy. Yay. Hello. Awesome. I have a giant cup of coffee. I have a Singer Merit that I may or may not have ended up at my house. Yay, you look like a man with your sleeves cut off. Summer Summer came fast here in the house of sewing, so I'm not going to deny that it's hot. I do dress like Wednesday Addams. I wear long sleeves all the time, but it's too hot to be gothic right now. Awesome, awesome. Let's get straight to it. I hope everyone's doing well. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening. Let me just remove this real quick. Awesome. 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 So, I don't even know where to start. I have quite a few things that I plan on sewing tonight. I purchased. So, we all know I get bored, okay? And I go on Amazon and I find these crazy things to wear. And I found something that's kind of up my alley. This is purple denim. Ooh. And I've had this ridiculous patch for years. When I say years, I mean years. So I've been sewing this patch on this, but I'll finish that in a little bit. Also, I had purple denim pants way back in the 1970s. I don't know if I'm ready for purple denim pants yet. The shirt, because I wear all black all the time. I have a collection of black jeans from gray to black. But I'm here for purple denim. I was looking for more crazy colors and something, something that I would actually wear in public. So I'm here for that all day long. Awesome, awesome. And then this, I haven't decided what to do with this. I've been cleaning out my closet. And when I say clean out my closet, I mean I've actually been going like to the walls. It's no secret I'm a hoarder. I'm sparing everybody my so-called closet cam because I know it gets a little crazy dealing with this room and my walk-in closet. Yay! I made a purple denim jacket for a friend a couple years ago. I'm excited. And it's summer and I wear a ton of cut-off sleeves. That's another reason why I've been going through my closet. Why I say this every year, because every year I know it's crazy, but I have a winter wardrobe and a summer wardrobe. And spoiler, all my shirts are going to be cut off. Yeah, hello. Great to see you, Butterfly. Great to see you. Awesome. I do see that every year. I do. I'm a broken record. But I'm consistent. I am a consistent broken record. Yay, hello, Pam. Great to see you. So I don't know what I should do with this jacket. This is a Levi's jacket. I kind of want to cut the sleeves off. But how many vests do I own? And this is the only gray jacket that I have. This is the only legitimate gray denim jacket that I have. So let me know, should I cut the sleeves off? Should I keep it as is? I have quite a few cut off shirts, as many sewing machines. Yay, hello, great to see everybody. Yay, it is Saturday night. Yay, hello. Yay. How's it going, Kilroy? Now from Los Angeles, California, to entertain you tonight with a gala concert from recording session, the fabulous so-called live. Thank you. I do. So that's a no with the cutoff sleeves or what? Oh, it's that time of year. It is that time of year, though. It's going to get hot. This is me accepting the weather. Every year I wear long sleeve shirts until it's way too late. It's July and people are like, what's wrong with you? So I'm ahead of the curve this year. And we've been having this extremely weird marine layer too. So it's been like beach weather every single day here. Hello to the people watching in the balcony and to those in the chat. Hello. Seriously, because I'm getting ahead of myself because I've had a pot of coffee today. Everybody who watches this in the rewatch gang, everybody who watches this after the live, I thank you. So ramble, I'll keep going. Now you look like a go-go. Thank you for the segue. You know what? I want to say something. That is, Kilroy, you are definitely number one here on the Starship Sewing. So I love my mother. I don't talk about it enough. I absolutely love my mom. She is such a good person. I would keep it as is unless the elbows give out. Then take the arms off. So I'm gonna patch it up then. You know what I should, because I don't have a gray jacket. And I have a bunch of patches where they don't necessarily go on what I'm going for right now. So I think I'm gonna go in a different direction. But my mother recently bought me something. And so I wear a cowboy hat. I'm known in my town for driving my big white truck with my cowboy hat. It's a thing. I cleaned a featherweight and I'm going to put it together while we watch Gala Sewing sew some things. I'm going to get to it this evening. I have quite a few plans. We'll see what I get to. And I have a sewing machine to show off that I paid $13.99 for. Yay! Hello. You sound better tonight. I'm getting there. I'm trying to get sleep. I didn't go to the swap meet and stuff. I really didn't push myself today. I slept in. I'm trying to take better care of myself. There's a reason I'm the Alan Coulter of this show. Okay. So before I forget the whole reason why I was segueing. So I love my mom. I absolutely love her, and she tries. And when she watches this in the rewatch, I love you, and I thank you for everything you do. My mom went to this really fancy. I live in cowboy country. I know that sounds crazy. I live in Southern California, but I live in cowboy country. People wear cowboy hats here. My mom went to an event, and she bought me a cowboy hat, and she tried. To her credit, she tried a black Merit that is similar to those Singer Spartans. No, the Merit's right here. It's an 80s Merit. But let me grab the hat real quick. Bullshit, you don't live in cowboy country. You live in people pretending. Yes. Once again, Kilroy. Yes. Once again, you are right. But for the record, I actually work on a ranch. And cowboying isn't what you think it is. Okay, so I absolutely love my mom. But, it's hard to calculate how ginormous my head is, too. Okay, let's remember that. So when she's trying to shop, she's looking. I haven't tried to shape this hat. Let me see if my glasses can cool this up. I absolutely love my mom. And you know what the sad thing is? This is not a cheap hat. This is a real hat. This was handmade. This is real. This is not a cheap hat. And it's not my hat size. So even if I try to shape it, it's going to be me destroying the hat. And that's what you slowly do with cowboy hats from the jump. But we do. I absolutely love my mom. My mom is such a good person. But you know what the funny thing is? Her and I have a similar head size. My mom got cancer years and years ago, and her cancer's in remission. It has been for over 10 years. But when she lost all of her hair, she realized that we had the same hat size. She was wearing LA hats to chemo. I had every hat. I gave her every hat I owned. I'm like, here. Long story short, she bought me this hat. I look like the lifeguard at a pool. Like, hey. It's a nice hat, but not your size for sure. And you know what the funny thing is? This is real. This isn't like a fake one. Now you look like an understudy from Brokeback Mountain. Your mom's one of the few friends of a show that hasn't actually gone on the show. Absolutely. And, you know, I love my mom. I put it on in front of her and she said OF out loud. She was like, oh, fuck. And she was like, what do we do? I said, I'm keeping it. So I'm going to try to shape this thing. This is real, but this is like a real deal buckram lined cowboy hat. Even there's a hardcore braid on the front of here. This is real. So I can't just let this go by the wayside. Like, she paid a lot of money. I don't even want to know how much money she paid for that. And some vendor talked my mom into buying some. Anyways, so it's the hat dilemma. A bit Clint Eastwood of the 1970s spaghetti westerns. Let's review, though. Let's see. Where's the other one? Let's review. And you know what? I'm not doing this to be mean at all. In any way, shape, or form. I love my mom. The other hat makes me look like Brett Michael. If we do not remember, the other hat that my mom tried to give me was this one. I love my mom. And I told her, I love you. Please stop trying. And in no way, shape, or form am I trying to shame her. But like, I wear ginormous cowboy hats because I have a big head, and I wear them every day because I'm actually outside doing like real life cowboy stuff. No, he wore hats that made him look like a cowboy, not a rodeo clown. This is an eBay. eBay. What planet am I on? This is an Amazon hat. You can tell just by the look, just by the shape. And if you can see the difference, like, this is a real cowboy hat, but they're both tiny. You can see, even with spatial perception, you can see my head it's fairly large. Hey, that one is better. Did you stretch it? Yes. I try, like, and this is another one. Even though this is from Amazon, this isn't cheap either. And so I'm trying to work with these hats. But I feel bad. I feel bad. Seriously, dude, you look like if the Chippendales decided to go cowboy, somebody call the village people. Oh, God. You're going to get Macho Man stuck in my head early tonight. It is early. So, needless to say, we love moms here in the House of Sewing. Even when she buys you a hat that makes you look like a crazy cowboy. Oh, that's another one that lives with you. Oh. Well, I'm hoping I can stretch this out, but this isn't my size. For scale, this is the ratty cowboy hat I wear every day. I wear it with bandanas underneath, so it sits up here, but this hat is huge, and you can tell how uneven it is. This is my ratty old cowboy hat that I've sewn back, and that's why my mom keeps on buying me new hats, because at my job, people are like, dude, I know how much you get paid. Buy a new hat. But I'm loyal to my cowboy hat. You just need to give her your hat size so she can go to the correct, so she can get the correct size. Do you know what the funny thing is, Butterfly? We basically like have the same. I need to. You're right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. You're right. You're right. You're right. Sir, a hat is not supposed to go down to your eyebrows. See, but it's hot here and the sun is always shining. Um, Even though I do wear hats for style, I also wear them for function as well. I don't just put a hat on just even when I curl the front up, I still wear it low enough to where it blocks the sun. Where's my hat? This is my the wheels are not being kind today. This is my everyday wearing hat. And as you can see, I have slowly just been doing this to it, but I can still it can still block the sun out, especially when I'm driving. This is the worst illustration, but it's true because I'm a 10 and 2 driver. Hey Mo, how's it going? How's it going? The sun is always shining where I live, so you know, you gotta you have to have a hat. Now I have in the Navy just blasting my head. Oh. All right. What else was there? The sewing machine. That's right. Do you know what's so funny? I'm not even watching my own stream. It's stuck on the electric boogaloo. Oh, whoops. The Bluetooth is still stuck. Yikes. I was watching 1980s movies before. Okay. There we go. They want you. They want you. Another beautiful night here in the house of sewing. Now that just looks stupid. You look like you caught it on the frame of a truck you were working on. Well, the original reason of doing that was to be like, I'm a hardcore biker and I'm always wearing my hat. It's almost like a 1970s catcher. Like they always had their hat on. So before safety regulations in baseball, the catcher would actually just wear back then they were all wool, their wool hat with a mask. And bikers do the same thing. And so your hat eventually gets a curl and it starts folding up. And I do it out of habit now. I've been doing that for 20 something years. It's weird, I know. Yay! Hello. They want a so recruit. Have no work tonight, kicking back. Some leisure time. Awesome. Welcome. All right. So now you guys see what I'm dealing with, okay? We love mom here in the house of sewing. I absolutely love my mother, but yikes. And again, to illustrate, this is my Cleveland Guardians hat. See, I have a huge head, a humongous head. Even when I pull it up over my eyebrows, I have a giant head. So I'm at the point where I'm just gonna stop saying that I'm not gonna buy sewing machines. I'm just gonna stop saying that. This is the house of sewing. I'm either gonna build a second story or I'm just gonna get a warehouse. It is my life's dream to live like MacGyver, so I might as well. So let me clear my desk a little bit. I had a little spillage, and it's so funny. You know, people use scraps for all kinds of uses. I found a new use for scraps. This is my coaster. I was like, I need a coaster. Oh, I have a pocket right here. Well, you know, top of a pocket. Perfect for a coaster. All right. You know, I can't say it enough. I absolutely love my new camera. I'm gonna need to get a bigger external hard drive, but I love my new camera. Oh, Oh, and before I forget, sorry. I agree. I'm not gonna say I'm not buying machines anymore either. Just bought another featherweight. Thank you, butterfly. Thank you. Thank you. You're in the right place. No, because it's really funny. And I know this sounds strange, but um we go through weird seasons here in Southern California. I will not see a sewing machine for 6 or 7 months, and then all of a sudden they're everywhere. I have a weird theory that people either upgrade or they just quit, or they just flat out quit, or they get rid of or they get rid of grandma's sewing machine, not knowing what it is. He's a bad influence. Buy the machine. Where's I need my Emperor Palpatine hood. But it's too hot for cloaks. Buy the machine. Butterfly the enabler, absolutely. The butterfly on my shoulder takes a whole new meaning now. Buy the machine. If you go two-story, go reinforced concrete second floor, for the weight. You know what? Somebody built a McMansion in my neighborhood. It's by this really like the one really like fancy Chinese place in my town where they serve actual like real food from China. They built a McMansion. It looks so out of place because it's just a sea of one-story houses, and then this guy built this two-story monstrosity. It looks crazy. I'd rather move. I would rather move. I go for one thick inch steel plates, rivet to the grinder. That's not a bad idea. I'll make mansions look like it's. I took a picture of it. It's somewhere just in my phone. Speaking of which, let's see. Let's see what crazy pictures I've been taking lately. I can't remember. Did I take? That's right. This morning I was driving, and I'm not gonna show the guy's picture because I got his license plate, but if you're gonna transport steel, if you're gonna transport anything that's heavy in a truck, tie it down. I took a picture of this one guy who didn't tie down all the steel in his truck, just in case that was the last picture I ever took. I just refurbished my first 301A. Do you know I have a serious love for that entire line? I need to get my 301A out. I used to use that for every project, and then I started collecting more sewing machines. Oh, right. Oh, this thing is heavy. This sewing machine is meant to be in a table. I'm not kidding you. This thing is a solid 50 pounds, if not more. This, for a fact, I know is all metal. And they're built like shit too. The original ones from the 90s are already falling apart. There's one in my neighborhood where it's been there so long we kind of do not notice, but the guy just built a bigger bedroom upstairs. It wasn't like he just added one room. It wasn't like this other guy by the Chinese place. It's a McMansion. It's a real McMansion. I almost thought the movie in the back was Up in Smoke by Cheech and Chong. So once again, Kilroy, thank you for the segue. That's Knight Rider, and on this television, I'm watching Airwolf. I was trying not to buy Airwolf. I was trying not to buy either one. They came in a package. I was trying not to buy either one, and then because I knew it was gonna happen. I knew the second I purchased Airwolf, I was just gonna fall in a hole of watching. I've been watching Airwolf for the past 3 days. Early 1980s television did not pull any punches. It was no joke. You're addicted to TV. It's better than my internet obsession. Once I brought television back in my life, my stress level went down. Now I'm sticking to sewing content and all the people I love. So if I'm watching you, if I'm in your chat, I love you, because the internet. Man, I don't even know what to say. I don't even like with that. I can't even segue with that one. But yeah, I am addicted to watching television. So let me switch my angles and plug this thing in. But watching old school television is better than half the stuff on TV in general nowadays. And a lot of it actually had a message. And I was not kidding you. Great coaster. Perfect coaster. All right. So this is an man, this thing has got to be a solid 50 pounds, 60 pounds. I can tell it's meant for a table just because of the wiring. You can it doesn't have the plug back here. It has the space for it, but normally you'd be able to plug a plug in here, but it all is wired. So someone someone rewired this. Is what I'm trying to stammer out. This thing is so heavy. I have a bad feeling I'm gonna have to pop the top off of this thing and add oil to it, just because it. Oh, you didn't light up, did you? What did I do? I did something. I did something. What did I do? Okay, hold on. As the Jeopardy music plays. Oh, I hit the off button is what I did. Da-na-na-na. So, Alibaba, if you're there, help me out with what year you think this is. This comes from Brazil. I have quite a few Singer sewing machines from Brazil. This is solid steel. One of the reasons I haven't taken it apart completely is because it kind of has its speed. I think 1981 or 1982. So this machine, so 42-year-old sewing machine. Not really sure. This thing is solid steel. The only thing that is plastic is the faceplate in the top. Everything else is, even the motor mount is well, that's plastic. But everything else is steel. Everything else. So this is a weird fusion. I'm mostly 1900. I know. You know what it is? I used to do research on every single machine, but then I started collecting machine after machine. And you know what's funny? I think this has to be the earliest version. No, I have merits from the 70s. I have a merit from almost every era. You know what? It's Saturday night. Let's pop the top off of this thing. Why not? Why not? I know my gloves are in here somewhere. So it finally happened. My friend is cleaning out her sewing room and giving up on sewing totally. She's giving me her whole sewing stuff, including machines tomorrow. I get to see what it all is. Wow. That's a good thing and a bad thing? Absolutely. Wow. Hope you snag some good stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know there is sewing machines and sergers. If you don't mind me asking for being nosy, do you know why she's quitting sewing? People, I know everybody has different reasons, but that's crazy. I I know somebody gave me a piece of equipment because somebody went blind. And every time I look at it, it makes me sad because that could happen to anybody, And this person was a sewist and they lost their sight. All right. So that came off way. Do you know what's so funny? I was reluctant to take this off because I thought it was going to be a fight because normally this faceplate is connected, but it's not. That was wow. I've been avoiding oiling this machine because of that. Now that's funny. All right. I think she just wants it out of her space and she doesn't make money at sewing. I get it. I was actually having an economy talk with somebody just the other day. Soak it in a bucket of oil. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Beautiful. You know what? I need to take off my hillbilly tuxedo really quickly because the back of this shirt is kind of artwork. I made this shirt, yikes, like 15 years ago or something crazy like that. But I do not want to get oil on the back of this. I made this. I was in a different place in my life. But I made this a long time ago. Oh, it's on my defunct Instagram if anyone. She has a couple of Viking embroidery machines she's selling. I think her health. Ouch. That happens. It happens. I wanted to show off my shirt. It's too hot. I'm not kidding. I dress like Wednesday Addams. I wear long sleeves, black pants every day. It's too hot to be gothic this time of year. It is. It's too hot. It is too hot. Oh, I'm glad that I put my gloves somewhere where I could find them. I use these for everything, but I also lose them everywhere. These are replacements of the ones that I had because I lost one. All right. So I'm going to try to not over oil this machine. That's why I'm so glad I was able to open this and actually take a look. And you know what's funny, Kilroy, to go back to that, I'm not kidding you. I've been curling that old white rotary that's like 120 years old. It's a solid 50, 60 pounds, it's just like a weight. And I have to be able to lug those things around, so the antique sewing machines are great for working out too. Absolutely. You know what? I am waiting for them to sponsor me. If I could tell you, I live within 3 minutes of a Walmart, and I go to the one that's a good like there's 4 Walmarts in my town, so I go to the one that's 7-8 minutes from my house. I should be sponsored by Walmart. I could have a whole oopsie commercial. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. It's hidden in there. The main shaft is what I'm trying to oil, but there's so many different pieces on that I almost missed it. There we go. I'm going to get you nice and greasy. And you can instantly hear it speeding up. Perfect. I will be here. I will be here. That's perfect. Call the FBI. He's using 3-in-1 oil on a sewing machine. I'm gonna find that comment. And I went back to the guy's channel. He was from England, and sir, you had a beautiful garden. I respect everything that you were doing, but there was a guy who literally told me he was unsubscribing and gave me the riot act. He read me the riot act because he didn't like the fact that I used 3-in-1 oil, and he said if he lived any closer, he would do everything he could to take all my machines. I bet he still watches. And I thank him for it. But there is a real person who lost it. Oh, that's perfect. And you know what's funny? I have nothing bad to say about him at all. He had a lovely garden. I bet he's a beautiful person. You know what's funny? I see some broken pieces in here. Do you know what's funny? The what's it called? The pulley to the cam is broken, but the machine still works. So this is going to be whatever the last stitch it was stuck on. Oh, that is hilarious. He's British. They're big on following rules. They hint back. Oh, it was. I'm gonna go back and find that comment. And I laugh. Like when people insult me, when people come at me, I have to laugh because like they're almost projecting in a way, you know? And I know I'm a real life pirate. I do crazy things. I know. Gonna do some sewing while I listen to the chats. Awesome. Joy, thank you so much for being here. But it's crazy how, and I understand passion, but instead of like, there's certain things that I do that, I don't call people out on that they don't do. I'm actually really glad that I took this off though, because the camshaft is broken. So this is truly a straight stitch machine right now. Now I might actually use that to my advantage because I need something that I can just plug in and use as a straight stitch. Perfect. And I'm not going as buck wild as I normally do because I'm oiling the points that actually have to be, because usually I would just go and squeeze it in there and close my eyes. But I'm looking to see where the points are that actually need oil. That answers about 10 different questions. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take a look one more time. Add a little bit of oil in there. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to add the top back on. And we'll thread this and see how it... I did. Okay. Okay. If I don't look up, I will find both the screws. There's one. Okay, where's the other one? Oof. Crisis averted. I found both the screws that I dropped. Oh, that's hilarious. I find it very interesting the the fights that people choose to fight on the internet in general. Me using 3-in-1 oil is the least of the world's problems. But quite a few people have come at me, especially WD-40 sets people off. And I can sit here and feign ignorance and say, oh, I don't know why, but I kind of know why. Okay, now I'm trying to remember which screw goes where. We'll just put the long screw in the back and hope for the best. Okay, that is not the screw that was supposed to be there. Wrong choice. Oof. I'm glad we did all that before Alibaba got back. And don't use 3-in-1 or I can hear that all the way here from Canada to Southern California. At least you're not like that guy from London. He literally, and again, he had a beautiful garden. I was subscribed to him for a long time, but eventually one day I unsubscribed. All right. Perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness. These things were built to last. If this is 80s, this has to be early 80s because it's that weird fusion between metal and oh, I already see a problem. Okay, so this guy's gonna need help. I'm glad that I didn't decide to do a video about this. I'm gonna unplug this and we're gonna start on another project. But this thing is oiled and ready to go. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. Nope, I'm gonna have to take this off again and fix that. So I will do that off stream. Well, most machines with plastic gears will season thread with the 3-in-1, and later dry residue and nylon camshafts kill them and split. That's exactly what happened on this machine. That is exactly what happened on this machine. I bet they probably did use 3-in-1 oil. But if anything else, all I have to do is fix this, and it's gonna be like just a perfect straight stitch. So I'm actually excited. But it's Saturday night, so I'm not gonna sit here because I could figure this out, but it takes a while. I could easily figure it out. How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you, Mr. He said, much respect, much respect. I hope you're having a good Saturday evening. Oh, man, that thing is a solid 50, 60 pounds. Oh. Oh, man. You know what? That's why you have to use thick axle grease, pack the machine full of it. I actually have a ton of it in here. I actually have a bunch of it in here. How's it going? Good to see you, Mr. He said, good to see you. This shirt I'm wearing is actually from a bike shop that was in Palmdale, California that does not exist anymore. But, you know, long live Squirties. When people see this shirt, they're like, oh, how did you get that shirt? This is from an old motorcycle shop in sunny Palmdale, California. All right. So There is a lot to sew. Hold on. I need to wash my hands because that 3-in-1 is strong. I smell that stuff in my sleep. As someone who works with machine oil, who works with grease, it's one of those things that when I quit smoking cigarettes years and years ago, I could smell it. And it's a weird pet peeve. It's a weird pet peeve. I think you're wearing a shirt with squirties on it. It's a weird man. Do you know what's so funny? I actually knew the person that owned the shop. Everybody asked him, "Why'd you name the shop Squirties?" Never gave a straight answer. He never gave a straight answer. Absolutely. He said, absolutely. I love the smell of grease and nose. Oh, you would love the shop. Sewing machine oil has a nice, pleasant smell to it. Just I know I'm a pirate. I know I'm out. You know what? On the West Coast, we do things upside down and backwards, you know? All right, let me grab a machine. Which machine am I going to use? I'm actually really impressed with that white sewing machine for something that's got to be at least 20 or 30 years old. It's a solid sewing machine, but it's another one of those deceptive machines that says heavy duty, and I know I could make that thing a smoking crater. All I could do is make a hat or make another furry jacket. I know I would destroy that. So be careful when you buy anything that says heavy duty on it. If it's not an industrial sewing machine, they're just saying it. Oh, right. I can't even remember which pedal do I have underneath here. Oh, okay. Oh, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. And I also have my serger. I think you're the only pirate that would drink whiskey instead of rum. I quit all of them. I'm done with all of them. They call them spirits for a reason. No, he drinks Zimas. Do you know what's really funny? When I was in high school, a friend of mine who actually is subscribed to me, another friend of mine, he was having a party, or his sisters were having a party, and we were like the old tough guys. We thought we were so tough. We were like 120 pounds. We thought we were so tough though in high school. And as a tax, we took one of those kids' case of Zimas. We made ourselves sick. We drank the whole case. We drank the whole case. Let me tell you something I never touched again was a Zima. And oh man, that was a long time ago. That was 28 years ago. That was a long time ago. I wouldn't have seen a Zima in ages. This was a lot, you know, when I was in high school, there was a 19 in front of the year. It was a while ago. Oh, I had that moment where I just remembered I have a serger sitting here. Oh. Beautiful. Yeah, so needless to say, kids, don't mess around with those sugary drinks. I'm a total wet blanket now, though, because I really don't imbibe in drinking. So I'm not fun when it's in that direction. All right, so let me find the cord. So it finally happened to me. I'm driving in the car with my son. I believe it was on Friday. You know, I love talking to my son because I figure out where he's at mentally. We have great talks. I absolutely love talking to my son. And, you know, it's important. And I'm nosy when it comes to my son. I want to know everything that's going on in his life. So we're talking, and a song came on. A song came on the radio, and I was like, oh, that's Will Smith. And my son looks at me and he's like, Will Smith was a rapper? I almost crashed. I almost crashed. I'm not kidding you. I have this weird emotional thing where I put my foot to the brake while I'm driving, and I really need to stop doing that. But my son was like, um, Will Smith was a rapper, and I was like, kid, we listen to Will Smith all the time. It made me feel old, though. It made me feel really old. And then later on that day at my son's MMA class, my ex-wife shows up with her niece, who I've known her entire life. We're talking, we're chopping it up, good times with family. She looks me in my eyes, and I was telling the story, and she's like, Will Smith's a rapper? These kids, I'll tell you. You know, there are few moments in life where you're like, oh, that made me feel old. That made me feel old. That entire interaction, I was like, but if you think about it, these kids only know Will Smith as an action hero, you know. So needless to say, I made my kid watch Parents Don't Understand. I made him watch a ton of stuff. I was like, oh, we're going straight to YouTube, kid. We're gonna watch these videos. Oh, the Freddy Krueger song. How could you forget these songs? I had some of those Seagram's coolers once at a party. All those made me feel was bloated and ingested. I think it's the sugar. I'm one of those people my entire life. Especially back then when I used to drink, if there's too much sugar in the drinks, I can't do it. I've always been like that. I can't do like something that's extremely sugary. But I did grow up drinking. Oh man, it's so different than now. So different. Haven't drank in like a year and a half. Don't miss it. That's amazing, Kilroy. That's awesome. I haven't had a drink in a very, 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 very long time. All right. So what was I gonna make? I can't even remember what. Oh man, let's go to the notes. The overpriced cowboy hat. I'm still mad about that hat. I am still mad about that hat. Do you know what's funny? Where is that line of where I should give up on old tech? In this room right now, I have two computers. Well, one's from like 2010 and another one's from 2012, and they're dying. Matter of fact, why isn't this one working properly? Oh, not you too, brother. Not you too. But where's that line where I should give up on old technology? Where's the cutoff? I think it was the sugary type alcohol drinks that made me drink only one or two, like those Seagram ice drinks. You know, when I was younger, we would sneak alcohol and stuff, and alcohol taught me respect. So getting sick off of those Zimas, I never touched a sugary. Well, I never like really imbibed like that again. I'm one of those people that I have to learn the lesson like once, depending on what it is. Because it put me down. It really put me down when I was a kid. So I really didn't go back down that alley. When it doesn't work anymore, or when you can't use it for anything, I think a lot of it's nostalgia. It's just and it comes from like old businesses. It comes from like just, I got to get rid of it. Smirnoff Ice, I meant. I try to keep all my old tags. So sometimes it becomes collectible. See, that's the problem too. Like my Apple IIe, I'll never sell that. I will never sell that. It's one of those things. Like where is that line though? Because I'm becoming a tech hoarder. I have a ton of screens in this room. I have a ton of stuff. Where is that line of like, hey, you should get rid of it? Like these TVs. This TV right here. I told Rashawn today, I inherited hundreds of televisions. He probably thought I was joking when I said that. But when my pops passed away, my pops, I don't know what he was thinking. He had hundreds of monitors, all kinds of things, and a lot I gave away, a lot were a tax write-off, a lot I gave to my job, but some of them I kept, and they're aging out. They're old. They are old. But I think I keep a lot of it because of the nostalgia. Look at it. like look at all the AM FM receivers from the 1970s, 80s, 90s, how much they go for now. Do you know how much I wish I kept on my boombox? All of them. And the funny thing is, when I was a kid, I had weird keytars. I had weird synthesizers because it was the 80s. I wish I'd kept every single one of them, especially the keytar and tools. Some keep them as backups. That is true. I have a Windows computer from I believe it was 2013. It was whatever was the top of the line laptop. That thing had it was a 2-disc drive, all kinds of whiz bang stuff. I plugged it in and it took an update and it still works. It's useless, so I put it back in its bag, but it still takes updates, and it's yikes. It's old as far as computers. So that's my speech on never giving up on old tech, because I plugged in a computer and I can tell like the color card or whatever has gone bad, but it's a Mac and these computers do not get corrupted, so this computer actually has real issues. Ollie, his pile of junk computers from 2013 is not going to age like an old radio. An old radio still works and just as good as new radio. An old computer definitely doesn't work like a new computer. That's real. Because I have a ton of old cathedral style radios. They're in my living room. They still work. I could put them on right now. Well, they're all on the AM ESPN 710, but I still have a working 386. See, that's what I'm saying. And I know Kilroy wants to yell at me. I still have that Samsung where the keyboard is slowly expanding. That one is going to go out like the 4th of July. I can tell. All right, let's sew something. I don't know if I should finish my patch. Oh, that's right. So I've been diving in my patch box and I have my goon vest. I am stuck in an era that doesn't exist anymore. And when I wear my goon vest, I mean it as a hockey goon. I know it doesn't mean anything to anyone anymore, but I found a few patches that I don't know what I'm going to put on the back of it, but I decided well, I don't know. I haven't decided. I was thinking about either this on the back of it or this, and I have quite a few. Well, I have a couple of these, or this. I love this patch. I've had this patch on 4 or 5 different jackets, but I always move on to something else. I had this on that extremely long shirt that was so big I turned it into a coat. I haven't decided yet. But while I'm mulling over that, let's make something. Save the witchy cat for the fall. I think the tiger would be a good summer patch. I was thinking the same thing, and it kind of fits the whole. That vest is more of a funny ha-ha. I know people do not have a sense of humor anymore, and everybody takes everything way too serious, but I still have an extremely dry sense of humor, and I love that vest. And I love that weird cut I know even Phoenix was like, does that thing have strings on the side? But like I'm in cowboy country. I see dudes wearing stuff like that all the time. I love the way that vest looks. Is my justification. Should I start clearing stuff out? The real reason why I was trying to clear stuff out is because I had plans on making something, but I don't know. We're already an hour into it. I'll save. I think on you know what? I'm gonna cut my shapes, and on Monday I'm gonna make hammer pants. On Monday I'm gonna make huge hammer pants. It's been a while, so I think it's time. Somewhere along the line, it becomes consistent to see how big of a pole you can keep up your ass. It has somewhere along the line, it has become a contest to see how big of a pole you can keep up your ass. I have always been an extremely jokey, sarcastic person. I like to have fun, and it clashes with the style of today's world, you know. And that's why when people see me out in the world and they see me online, I am two different people. Because, you know, in the professional world, you have to be a bit more stoic and not wear tiny cowboy hats. I need a giant. See that? The sun is not penetrating anything here. You see that? When you wear a tiny cow, when I wear, I love my mom. I absolutely love my mom. And she thinks of me. And that's important. When she's out in public, she's thinking of me, but she keeps on buying me these tiny cowboy hats. It's because she hates that hat and the white one too. She hates them. So she keeps on buying me new ones. Oh, let me move my couch. Ow. All right, let's add the tiger patch. I promised I wouldn't go all night. Because I've been pulling Elvis lately. I promise I wouldn't go all night, so I'll try not to. All right, let me grab my vest. So this is the vest that I'm going to add the tiger patch to. I love this vest. And the funny thing is, every time I wear this in public, all people say is, oh, that's an amazing vest. That's it. Oh, all right. I'm surprised you're having some good accuracy with reading the comments tonight. The other night you were blind as a bat. When I haven't been sleeping lately, and you'll be able to tell. No, I haven't been sleeping at all lately, and there is a direct connection between loss of sleep and motor skills. Like I just have not been sleeping lately at all. I got a good night's sleep last night, so I'm a little bit more chipper than usual. But it's summer. I think that's what it was. It was the last week before summer. There was a lot going on, and I can finally relax. I am a everyday parent. I am my son's driver, so I'm constantly on the go. And during the summer, I get a reprieve. So I am excited to be able to sleep in. Oh. All right, so we're going full tiger this evening. Ugh. And you know what? I feel like we don't talk about that enough. How like, oh, excuse me. There's a direct correlation between people acting crazy and just not getting enough sleep. And yes, that's my squeaky chair. As I'm yawning, I have been drinking a ton of caffeine too. Perfect. And for anyone interested, yes, I have every kind of mic stand and everything you could possibly think of. But I have adapted this for sewing. This is perfect. Something like this is perfect to sit down and face while I'm sewing it. So now I just have to figure out where I'm going to put this patch. All right, let me check my notes. Do you know what? I even in my own notes, I was like, you need to stop. You need to stop with all this old tech. So I have this weird thing, okay? Where is the line between like appreciating a YouTuber and somebody asking you? I'm subscribed to somebody who every 6 months they ask their subscribers to help them pay their rent. Like, shouldn't you be? I'm not here to judge, but where is that weird line between like a GoFundMe and like this person using their audience to pay their rent? It's just weird. And you know what? There's people who do that in a subtle way because they have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're not directly asking for money because YouTube's paying them, you know? So it's just strange. I almost unsubscribed to this person. I actually really like them, but they're like, it's just crazy. If you repackage that into a sewing accessory and paid off some of the big sew tubers to market that for you, you could make some good money. That's not a bad idea. That's you know what's so funny? I'm surprised at what gets sold to people when I'm like, that's just a repurposed blah blah blah, you know. So that is true. I could make a ton of money off of people. But this is just an all right. Oh, that's gonna look great. But I don't want to place it too high because maybe one day I might want to put some my so-called life patches on there. So I'm gonna put that somewhere where it's manageable in the middle. Where if I do put a top patch on that one day, it will not be too high. Perfect. This is I got this patch on Amazon a while ago. I've put this on quite a few coats. The funny thing is when I started going downtown, I discovered all these quality patches for a much lower price. But I had yet to find a patch of this quality for a decent price. And so I'm actually glad that I purchased this on Amazon. Because you never know. Some patches like this is like 20 30 bucks in downtown LA. It's like 15 bucks on Amazon. So it's one of those funny things. I think it's barely accessible if you're just e-bagging and fell on hard time. I think it's barely acceptable if you're just e-bagging and fell on hard times. If you want your audience to bankroll your fat lifestyle, that's a jerk move. That's what I'm saying. I'm having this weird dilemma, and I actually really respect the guy, but it just seems like no one. We need to teach money management, and you know what the funny thing is? In my high school, they did. We need to teach money management to people, to everybody. Like, if you get this amount, you need to save this amount because you're spending this amount. It's just weird to me. It's weird to me. And I think it's because I woke up to that. I'm like, dude, again? He's lucky we're not friends, because I would be like, get your stuff together. But again, I try not to judge, but they're putting it on YouTube. You know, it's one of those strange things. It's one of those strange things of the weird interactions that we have on YouTube. As I'm pulling the string out from the last project, I am so glad I figured out what to do with this patch. And I know a lot of people go back and forth whether to iron patches on or not. I do not. I sew on 99% of my patches, depending on what it is. But that's just because I'm constantly taking them off and putting them back on. Because one day I might change and completely change the complete design of this. So I usually sew them on by hand. Let me take out all the thread from the previous project. All right. I go back and forth whether to use this or not because this stuff is so thick, but I'm going to use it. I have miles of it. This stuff is so thick, it's almost too thick for certain sewing machines. Some patches will melt if you press them with heat. I learned that the hard way, Alibaba, with an old I didn't understand about like real authentic Levi. My pops gave me all these clothes. He's like, here, these are just old Levi. You guys dress like bums anyways. I was I was ironing a silver tab shirt like this. This is a Levi shirt too. But I was ironing a shirt and I ironed the label off. I'm still mad at myself because those shirts retail for triple the price. Is that text 30 thread? This is bonded nylon B69 3A thread. Does that help? It was almost too thick for my baby lock. I'm going to try it out on other machines. I'm not going to let this giant spool go to waste, though. So I'm definitely going to use it on this. Let me find my giant hand sewing needle. And I'm not gonna sit here and like if I got paid to be on YouTube, are you kidding me? I would be sewing Monday through Friday. I do not get paid and I come here all the time. So if someone paid me a decent amount, I'd be there all the time. That's not the problem. It's just it's grifting is weird to me, and I kind of think this person is turning into a grifter. I don't know. 3A is text 30. I think really thick stuff, like upholstery thread. Well, what's really funny? The last time I had a spool this big, it was upholstery thread. It took me 3 almost 4 years to get through a whole spool of hand sewing. That's why I have a ton of projects in this room. And I would try to incorporate it in the machine every once in a while, but it took me years to get rid of that spool. And for anyone watching my videos, I haven't completely lost it, but I like making the ASMR videos. And I looked and there was a ton of short ASMR videos, so I was like, "Oh, I'm going at it." And I love sewing in my backyard. It's summer, so the kids will probably be out there. Well, I live in a neighborhood, so the kids will be in somebody else's yard playing. But like, it's really peaceful in my backyard. It is extremely peaceful. And I kind of wanted to share that because I get a lot of sewing back. I get a lot of sewing done back there when it's extremely hot in the morning. I eat breakfast on my patio because it's just perfect out there. I can't wait. And also, my grapes are out of control. I'm gonna have a ton of grapes this year. When all of the leaves you see, everything you see in the background, those are grapevines. So my grape. I'm gonna bring them to work and put them in the fridge and run. I'm just trying to tie this to secure it. Perfect. Bam, there's my knot. I'm back. I really like ASMR videos. Thank you, Butterfly. I I couldn't make a ton, but I'm trying not to flood the market. Almost makes me want to put a fountain almost. It's worth it. Do you know what's really funny? That's I believe 8 or 9 tons of concrete. Something insane. Some insane number. Good luck to the next person that buys this house or that. Good luck, matey. I saw the grape leaves. Huge they are. They're huge already. And a long time ago, somebody taught me how to cook with grape leaves. So there's all kinds of crazy recipes I know. I'm excited. And my peppers are coming in already. It's gonna be I really didn't know because we've been having strange weather this year. There's a really thick marine layer that comes over every day now, so the sun doesn't shine until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Like, it's real beach weather, but the plants are hanging and they're thriving. So I'm gonna have a ton of peppers, grapes, and everything else. I can't even remember all the things that I planted. We'll see. And my son planted a bunch of stuff, so we'll see what comes up. So on my initial go around this, I go kind of wide just to get the patch on, and then I come back around and stitch in between all of the stitches to completely secure this. So there is a method to my madness. Yay! I froze the juice for my friend's grapes. Oh my, it was delicious. That's not a bad idea. Last year I had so much. It was almost overwhelming. Almost. So I know I'm gonna have even more this year. Grapes are insane. They require 0 water, and I like. There's the water table is high in my neighborhood, so everything is thriving. But like, Pringles are a bunch of damn liars. They said there were 6 servings in this can. No, the whole can is 1 serving. I still eat Pringles. I do. Now I'm craving Pringles. I still eat Pringles. I know, Gilroy. A sniff doesn't count as a serving. Oh, that's hilarious. I said this the other day because of my son. When he was younger, he obsessively would eat like Cheez-Its and Oreos. I don't touch those things. But like Pringles, man, I still get down on a lot of other types of snacks. And we started eating Chips Ahoy cookies again. And I know a lot of people are anti Chips Ahoy. I've been destroying those things. Oh, we have entered the snack portion of the evening. Everybody loosen their belts. Grab your favorite beverage. And then, I don't know what I was thinking. I bought this triple fudge brownie, just madness. I might go grab it. It was amazing. I like Pringles and chocolate. I don't know what I was thinking. Whenever I go to Walmart, my trips are becoming few and further between, and so I grab a bunch of stuff. I don't know why I bought that triple chocolate. Oh, it's so good. I'm talking about I might go grab it. Nothing beats homemade chocolate chip cookies. You know what's so funny? There's a few things that my mom make like that. Enchiladas. There's a few things that like I was spoiled as a kid. Spoiled. Because my mom would make everything from scratch. I like the salt and vinegar. I like that the salt and vinegar that almost gave your tongue a chemical burn. Pringles and Lay's stacks are the last ones that do that. So true. I'm obsessed with the Lay's stacks as well. The rest of them change their recipe and it just tastes wimpy. That's so true. That is so true. Got that right, Kilroy. I'm straight salt and vinegar too. That's another thing. When I was a kid, salt and vinegar, like man, you were drinking half of the chips, you know? And then we said this the other night, like health regulations have changed. I live somewhere where they post the caloric intake of everything. Like they'll post the calories. Let me tell you, I don't want to know how many calories are in this burger. It's 2:00 in the morning at Wendy's. Do you think I care about calories? I'm looking at you, Wendy's. There's a Wendy's so close to my house I could walk. And when I'm not feeling okay with myself, sometimes I'll go there because I don't drink alcohol, so I can drive around at 2:00 in the morning. And I go there and I laugh when I look at the menu board, and it's like 1,000,000 calories. Look, I just want a Baconator, okay? I'm not trying to live forever. I want my salt and vinegar to make me break a sweat, damn it. Salt and vinegar rock. Absolutely. I still eat salt and vinegar chips. Oh, that's funny. But it bothers me when they started doing that here, and it's everywhere. And I'm a chili dog aficionado. Los Angeles is, and much like many other places, we still have hot dog stands here. We still have hamburger stands here. They forced these beautiful men and women to put the calories on there. I don't need to know that my hot dog has enough, the caloric intake that I need for one day. I want to eat that hot dog. That's my rant about California shaming us for eating food. Do they do that in your state? Do they put the caloric intake next to the food? They do that everywhere in well, at least in Southern. Yeah, it's a law in California. When I was in Nevada, I didn't look because I was too busy having the time of my life eating food. It's one of those strange things. What did I get? Last time I went to Walmart, I did go kind of crazy. What did I get? You want to talk about sucking the roof of your tongue? Are you kidding me? That literally rips the lining of the roof of your tongue. And I'm proud of myself. I haven't completely destroyed these. Usually I would eat this in one sitting, but did you know the price of chocolate has gone up exponentially as well? It's crazy. For back in the day, you'd spend $10 and you'd have all this candy and feel crazy. For this and a bag of Twix and a bag of Snickers, I think they were $5 each, if not more. $5 to $6 each, and they're the mini size. They're not the large size. It's in crazy. It's in crazy. It's crazy. Shrinkflation is real. They don't do that here in PA. You can order a whole caterer's tray of wings and not know how much calories were in it. It is the law across Canada to show the calories and percent intake value of a daily recommended for stuff like salt, sugars, and fiber. I knew it. I had a sniffy feeling that Canada was just like California. A lot of our laws are extremely similar. A lot of our and I know that because I obsessively watched CNB News for a very long time. But I really haven't watched the news in general in a while. And for people coming here looking for politics, I apologize. I am just not that kind of person. I try to have a life outside of obsessing over politicians. I try. I obsess over sewing machines and other things. I think that's funny that Canada has the same law that you have to show the calorie intake. It's like that here. I find, because I was raised Roman Catholic, I'm always like, why are you trying to guilt me? Why are you trying to guilt me, huh? But I guess they're trying to do that to, show us. But the truth is, at this point in the information era, I would think that you would know if you're eating chili fries every single day, it's eventually going to have an adverse effect on your health. I would hope. I would hope. Politics used to be interesting. Now it's just like the Super Bowl, watching which team is winning and who has the best commercials for real. Do you know, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with politics. I mean, from like the Reagan era on, I was obsessed with politics. And then everything did get dry. Hey, skits! Rah, rah, sewing machine. You know, you inspired a song. I'm going to figure it out. You inspired a song. And you know what's so funny? Every time I buy a sewing machine now, I'm like, oh man, Skits and Michael Jordan are going to be really disappointed. Whenever I buy a sewing machine now, I now have a Skits and a Michael Jordan on one side saying, come on, man, get some help. And then I have Butterfly on the other shoulder saying, buy the machine, buy the machine. It's actually true. Rah, rah, sewing machine. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. I've been cleaning out my closet and exposing how mmany projects I have. I do not get rid of denim. I do not throw away denim. There's a bunch of pants that I have that I'm fixing because of my job. It's hardcore. What the hell y'all doing this Saturday night? Hey, Dose. How's it going, Dose? Great to see you. I'm sewing a patch on my lovely vest, on my lovely heathen vest. Like I was saying, I've been cleaning out my closet and finding all of my unfinished projects. I sadly go in there and I'm like, oh God, that's not done. But the problem is the pile built up. We want to bang. We want to bango rah rah sewing machine song. Done. Done. Don't listen to Jordan or Skits. Buy that machine. He's putting a big pussy on the back of his vest. I was waiting for someone to catch that. Oh, Skits. Do you know what's really funny? That sentence just reminded me that I have Chinese food in the fridge. There's this place I go to that's kind of hidden in Los Angeles. It's in a not so friendly neighborhood. I've become addicted to this place, and I'm still surprised it hasn't made me sick. It's the greatest Chinese food I've ever had in my life. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I'm so sorry you have food poisoning, Skits. No joke, I've had food poisoning 3 times, but twice like I was out. I didn't even see that. It is Saturday night here in the House of Sewing. I'm sorry to hear that. Absolutely. Oh, we want a banjo rah-rah song. Oh, I can do. Do you know what's so funny? I constantly talk about my pops. We became friends towards the end of his life. And I bought a banjo because I was all into bluegrass. The man with money went out and bought a Fender banjo. And while I was cleaning out my closet, I pulled it out today because there's I bought a Dean banjo. Okay. I paid $400 or $500 for my banjo. The Fender, man, those things are expensive. They are expensive. So I keep my banjo close. How's it going, Dose? Great to see you. Great to see you. When half of my job is going to meetings and eating sketchy food and I have a hardcore you can't eat in everybody's house rule. You think I'm playing. I have a hardcore rule about how you cannot eat at everybody's house. I have too many stories. I can't say I've gotten food poisoning from people's house, but I don't know. It just depends on standards, And because I worked at a bunch of restaurants when I was in my youth, college age, I don't mess around when it comes to food. I'm sorry to hear those. Absolutely. Since when did Fender make banjos? Oh, now you're gonna make me pull it out. Ugh. Pops was a real life bluegrass player. in my pharaoh's tomb, this thing is gonna be next to me. There are very few items. Oh, you can hear me. You can literally hear me. Banjos are meant to scream too. I gotta see you play a banjo now. No. Okay, I'm gonna angle this so I don't drop this thing out of the case. But this is let me just pull it out. This is a real life Fender banjo. I'm not gonna play it because this thing's a museum piece. You know what's funny? I have Joe Cooley blasting in my head because I've been bumping old school music all day. But that is a real life Fender banjo. That thing is I'll pull out my Dean and play that all day long. The Fender, do you know what's so funny? In my house, there is nothing that my son is not allowed. Like, I don't have one of those houses where you can't go in the living room. I have never seen my son touch that banjo because he knows that is irreplaceable. We got to get so again, Steve Martin for dueling banjos. I'm down. Steve Martin actually gave me a weird motivation to play the banjo. Well, that and YouTube. One of the greatest songs of all time, Dose. I'll argue, I'm a West Coast aficionado, but one of the greatest songs of all time. Steve Martin is one of the best on the banjo. Absolutely. Absolutely. He has endless videos on YouTube. Endless videos on YouTube of him playing the banjo. They actually used to play up the street from my house every Friday night, but you know, the plague stopped. I miss that so much. There's a pizza place up the street from my house, and just random people would wander in and play bluegrass. And one day I was running my mouth, and they were like, "Hey, man, you know, if you have an instrument, come and play." I had such a good time with them. It's not even funny, but you know, COVID ruined the planet. And they have it. And the sad thing is, we're all like Facebook friends. We have each other's phone numbers. They haven't played that place since the plague. It's really sad. And it was something to do in my town. Because even though, you know, I live in a sprawling city, but let's be real. How many times are you going to go to Hollywood? How many times are you going to go to those shishi places you could barely afford anyways? So I miss those places. And now I have Everlasting Bass stuck in my head, which is better than In the Navy. History Corner. Today in 1779, the court martial against Benedict Arnold began. Records in 1980, CNN stated broadcasting, and in 1926, both Andy Griffith and Marilyn Monroe were born. Benedict Arnold has such an do you know what's so funny? If you're from Michigan or anywhere near well, actually, if you're in that area, you should thank Benedict Arnold because he fought battles against the British. Benedict Arnold is crazy. That's why we still remember him, because he was a war hero who turned out to be a literal turncoat. We want you. Hey, but that song worked. How many people joined the Navy because of that song? Then they're out in the middle of the ocean for 3 months and they're like, that song lied to me. Why would I go to an expensive restaurant where I can just get a bunch of takeout and eat it at home, where all my projects and coffee pot is? That's what, for me, that's what ruined movies. The second they started putting movies online and they were like, okay, this movie's released, but you can watch it in your house. Man, you couldn't, you know, the saying is you couldn't keep me on the farm. I stayed on the farm for that one. I like the fact that I can watch a movie in my house, pause it, take a million breaks, put my Chinese food in the microwave. So I do. That's the one thing. I constantly gripe about the new era and how the world is today and all this convenience, but that is one thing I do. I absolutely love. And I'm the kind of guy that would go to a movie theater to see. And if I was into that movie, I was the first one in line on the day, or at midnight. Like I was that guy. And I'm just not into it anymore. I was a definite theater goer. So do you guys go to the movies? Are you guys moviegoers? I'm interested now. I don't, this year was the first year I actually got out of the house in 4 years. So do you guys go to the movies? I have a huge collection. It's embarrassing of how many DVDs I own. The Navy was actually going to use In the Navy as a recruiting song and gave the Village people access for filming. In the end, they decided to stick with Anchors Away. Excuse me. Benedict was misunderstood. He probably was up against the wall and had to make a decision to save his own life. We can hardly believe what history tells us. I agree. I constantly, I won't flash my Confederate Colt. Where is that thing? It's got to be right here. But I have a historical, it is right here. I have a historical piece from the Civil War that was passed down through my family. And it was African Americans who served in the Confederacy. But it's something that's like never talked about. But it's a weird family heirloom. So history is crazy. I haven't been to a theater. Sorry. I haven't been to a movie since I saw the new look. Do you know what's so funny? I saw that with my father in the theaters. Wow. That was a while ago. I have not been in a theater, I think, in 2 decades now. Wow. Rarely go to the movies. I fall asleep. See, but that's why I love watching movies at the house, especially like I have a big puffy couch. I constantly talk about how I fall asleep on it. I bought it on purpose. So, I have a living room and I feel guilty. So I go in there because it's just my son and I never go in there. So I pass out on the couch all the time watching movies. That's why I love buying DVDs, because I'm like, okay, I remember it up to this part. Then I always fall asleep at the part where it gets quiet. Oh, wow. Today in 2009, GM filed for Chapter 11. Do you know, I have a real gripe about all those companies filing for bankruptcy, especially like Ford, all of that. For people who don't leave America, if you go to Mexico, every other card is a Ford. In Australia, Ford had a monopoly in Australia. They were claiming bankruptcy in America. They weren't bankrupt. Those companies bother me. Probably a Marvel movie was the last one I saw in Pigeon Forge. I like being able to sit in my house. I like, the Pepsis at my house are not $6 or $7. The one cool thing I like about the movie theaters by my house is they allow you can walk up to the guy and be like, I'm just here to buy popcorn. They will let you buy a tub of popcorn and walk out. So they're still and they still do that because someone I know recently did it. So that's the one cool thing about the movie theater by my house. I heard that movies are too loud now. I read a story where somebody took their grandmother to see Oppenheimer, and by the end of the movie, she was shaking and crying from the sound system. Oh, that's so funny. My son, when my son went and saw Oppenheimer with my ex-wife, and he came home and he's like, Oppenheimer was the great. Like, he loved that movie. I still haven't seen it, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. My son sat here and told me the entire movie. I'm not kidding you. And I was like, well, this one's a spoiler. I love that boy. He told me the whole movie. And he told me like the conceptual parts of the movie too. And I was like, well, looks like I'm not going to see Oppenheimer. Oh, I can DoorDash theaters snacks. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. So we've all become shut-ins. That's what it is. We've all become utter and complete shut-ins is what it is. You know, I had a plan today because I cleaned out my closet and I knew it was gonna be a task. But every Saturday I go to the swap meet, but I'm amongst the people. I go out, I meet people every Saturday. And today I told myself, like, man, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home. But by like 1 or 2, I was in my car going down the freeway, everlasting bass bumping. Because I needed some human interaction because I was already bored. Oh. Actually, Ford was the only car company to not file for bankruptcy. They did get a bailout, but they fully repaid it. They better have, because if you travel, especially in Mexico, you're like, why is I'm not kidding you. Challenge me on that. Go to anywhere in Mexico and tell me it's not a Ford commercial. There's this whole thing because I have a 1980s Ford truck. There's this whole thing where in Mexico, there's this whole generation of people that completely refurbish those 80s trucks and they trick them out. Like they it's like pimp my ride style, And it's like a huge thing in Mexico to redo those 1980s trucks, and they do them perfect. And yes, I fall in rabbit holes on YouTube. I watch crazy stuff. That's really interesting to me. I'm like Kilroy pointed out earlier, I'm addicted to television. I am, but it's the old school TV. I like watching those old school shows, but I also I'm a movie watcher. I am. When I was a kid, I read a lot of books. I like the escapism, but the world's changed. And so we do not necessarily go to the theater. I kind of miss the experience, but I'm okay with sitting at my house. That's interesting about Ford, though. Because you go to most foreign countries and you'd be surprised what companies are there. Especially like in Africa, too. They're trying to get a foothold in these countries. So if they claim bankruptcy, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. All right. Oh, that's going to be perfect. I love this. I love this style of vest. A lot of people don't. But ever done 3D? 3D like so it depends on the venue and the technology because they have stepped up the technology as far as 3D goes. But I knew somebody who owned the first generation of the first generation of a 3D television. And that was an ingenious idea, but the technology was a debacle because you would get this like $4,000 or $5,000 television, and they came with 2 pairs of glasses. I'll never forget. I knew somebody that had a 3D TV, and the whole time we spent more time fighting over who would get the glasses just so we could watch the news, and just even to watch the television, everything was fuzzy. So I'll go see a 3D movie, but the 3D Jaws sucked. But that was back in the day. But those 3D TVs were over ambitious. Oh man, I miss that. I knew somebody who was always the first on technology. Have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great night. Oh, I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back at it on Monday. I'm gonna make hammer pants. I'm gonna actually come with a plan. It just takes a while to cut the shapes out, but once I have everything cut, the pants are made easy. So I'm planning hammer pants on Monday, and that will officially be like the 6th or 7th video I've made about MC Hammer pants or harem pants for the unindoctrinated. Have a great night, butterfly. I'm from that era where like people used to argue over MC Hammer. I liked Hammer. So when I make Hammer pants, it's not to be malicious. It's because I live in the past. So I'm excited, I'm cleaning out my closet right now, and because I haven't been sleeping, I'm gonna be up tonight. Later tonight, I'm gonna go get all the pairs of Hammer pants that I've made. It's quite a few. It is quite a few. I looked it up, and believe it or not, the best-selling cars in Mexico are Nissan. Second is Chevrolet. Third is Toyota. Fourth is Chrysler. Ford is ninth, only with 3.8 of sales. You know what? Every other car is a Ford. It's the, you know what? But I've only Mexico again, like America. Mexico's humongous. I've only been to Chihuahua, Sinaloa. I've been to Mexico City, but it's either been on a plane. I did take a bus. Gosh, I would never do that again. And it's not for what you think. It's because I just don't have the chops to take a bus like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I appreciate him more every time I listen to new hip hop. Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, like, Hammer had talent, man. Like, I don't care if he was an industry plant. The other day, I don't know why I watched this video. I watched a video how somebody said that Kid and Play was an industry plant. Do you know what? I don't care. I'm from that era. House Party. When I'm having a bad day, I put on that scene with Kid and Play and Tisha Campbell when they're doing the battle in the kitchen. That's probably because you drive a Ford. It's probably that effect where you buy a car and all of a sudden you start seeing them everywhere. So true. That's so true. People in my town are buying Cybertrucks. And so, like, I'm seeing them everywhere. And keep in mind, there's a Tesla dealer in my town. So it's, you know. I saw that they were reaching. Man, don't come after my people. Like, they came after Kid and Play, and like, leave them alone. They're trying to make money. They have a podcast out right now. I subscribed. They just weren't violent. They weren't angry. They were about dancing. They were just happier. It was a different time. And I think that's the problem. People take something with today's context and then they go back even 15 years, 20, even Kid and Play is like 25, even more. But what I'm saying is, like, you cannot take something from that era and then take it in today's context and say, oh, look at it. Man, everybody was different back then. It was just different back then. I'm considered a dinosaur because I still dance. I still dance. I still get down. I still go places where there's DJs. People always laugh because I'll get in the middle and I'm like, I know we're all old. Let's just like put on some Belle Biv DeVoe. It was just a different time. You know what? That's so funny. That actually brings up a point of something that I wanted to talk about. Do you know in the 1980s, dancers had bodyguards? LL Cool J tells them. No, actually, it was Biz Markie told a very funny story about how there were dancers that he couldn't even hang out with. In the song Vapors, there's actually a point in the video where he walks up to this dance crew and they're like, get away from me. Ask them if they was a plant and they made what they was worth making House Party a cult phenomenon. Are you seriously? You ask anyone my age, if you just say the roof, they will finish that sentence. Anyone. Anyone my Ugh. At my parents' house right now, they have all the old VHSs from back in the day, and there are multiple copies of House Party. Ugh, that's me. Just being a, you know what? It's just me. When I saw that video, it triggered me. When I saw that video, I was like, "Are you going after your kid and play? Are you going?" But lately, there's this thing on the internet that's been getting to me lately. I don't know, like, people absolutely and utterly hate the new Doctor Who. Hey, if you don't like something, I don't watch it. There are people who make hate video after hate video after hate video, and it's like, you don't like okay, you don't like the new Doctor Who, you call it whatever you want, but this is the 15th video you've made about how you hate this. It's just weird to me. It's weird to me. It's a different time. The start of Martin Lawrence, Robin Harris, Tisha Campbell. And Tisha Campbell was in everything too. She was in absolutely everything, because I'm subscribed to this YouTube channel. It's called Rare Gems, where they show like all the pilots of all these crazy shows from the 90s. Tisha Campbell was in almost every other pilot, and so was Dave Chappelle. There was a lot of crazy shows that never got picked up. It's weird. I think the channel is called Rare Gems. You should check it out. It has a lot of one-hit wonders from the 90s. And it's weird because it's like, I don't know, it's weird to see what shows made it and what shows did not. And now I have Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody stuck in my head. Oh man. Perfect. I love this patch. I absolutely love this patch. I'm glad that I finally found something to put it on. This is actually on my list of projects that I need to finish and things that I wanted to do. Somebody managed to make a 2.5 day video on the Beverly Hillbillies and what they thought of it. Whoever made that either endless drugs or more drugs. Their current does is not working out. They did a 2-day video on the Beverly Hillbillies. Do you know what's really sad? I put that on in the background. I told you there's a bunch of crazy channels here in LA, so I put that on in the background. But again, we've established I have a television addiction. I still watch the Beverly Hillbillies. What show was it the other day that was almost too much for me? Oh, I can't remember now. I was watching it and I'm like, oh, what was it? Was it Conjunction Junction? No, I can't remember what it was. But there was this one. I'm not even going to say. It was just too much for me at the time. It's weird to me though. And you know, if you do take a lot of those shows in today's context, like even when I'm watching Nightwolf, and Nightwolf is hardcore. There are some adult themes in this show. So while I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't remember that when I was a kid. I don't remember that when I was a kid. But it was, it was geared towards adults. So it was way more racy than something you'd see on TV even today. They took way more liberties than you're allowed today. And it's just funny how that ends up. They should make a new Knight Rider with Kit as a sassy black woman from Memphis. I don't know if you heard me say this the other day. Memphis, Tennessee is the toughest place I've ever been in my life. They do not play in Memphis, and I've been to Baltimore. They do not play in Memphis. Oh, Memphis is hard. I'm telling you, I have been unimpressed by places that call themselves tough. They do not play in Memphis at all. Man, if they did redo Knight Rider like that, the I hate crowd would come out in full force. I don't know why it bothers me. I think it's because these videos keep on coming up in my timeline. I'm like, why? How do you even have time to hate on something like that? When I don't like something, I'm telling you, I you know what's really funny? I've had a real hater online, someone who we did not get along. We absolutely hated each other. We finally had a head to head on some Goofus's channel. I said what I had to say, and you know what's funny? I'm I moved on with my life. I told that person everything I thought of them, and then I moved on with my life. I hey, I think you're a worm and you leave a slime trail, and I moved on. I think it's weird when I don't know. The internet is a strange place. I think Joe's just wants every show to have a sassy black woman from Memphis. Fuck you, autocorrect. No such thing as block people. In Minecraft, there's block people. It depends on the person's accent. I know someone who says block people. Oh, that kills me. Oh, autocorrect. Just if one was a golden girl, oh, people would lose it. But you know what though? And like, I'm a geek. I'm really into sci-fi, so it really pops up in the sci-fi world because everything's being changed for a different generation, for a different demographic. Do you know Doctor Who isn't even talking to me? I'm old now. Doctor Who is actually a kid's show, you know? And so it trips me out when people are losing it over a kid's show. It's a lot of block people in Lego, exactly. Aw. I'm when my kid was younger, we watched a lot of those Lego shows like Clutch Powers. We watched the Lego movie. I miss all that, man. I miss all. Life was simpler back when there was block people. Life was much simpler when we used to hang out with the block people. I think B. Arthur brought out the sass to that show. Do you know, I fell down a weird rabbit hole about 2 or 3 days ago of watching their bloopers. I judge something if I'm actually laughing out loud. I was like belly roll laughing at their bloopers. Oh, that in Star Trek bloopers, I had no idea that Michael Dorn had such a he would say OF for everything. Worf had a mouth. Worf loved to curse. And then he cursed so much that every time there was a mistake, they'd look at him, he'd be like, "What's your problem?" And everyone would just start laughing. Oh, good times. See, the internet can be used for good. She's definitely got a black card from somebody. Oh man, if you can read somebody down, that's a superpower. That is it. Like, I pride myself. I hold back sometimes the things I want to say. Watch Seinfeld bloopers, your stomach will be hurting. I will. I will. You know, I'm in my mole era of hiding from the news. So I will. I'm definitely gonna look that up. I love watching bloopers and stuff like that. That's why I make my own blooper reel. Because and it's good to see that people are people, man. Like everyone makes mistakes. What's that? What's the old saying? Po buddy's nerfect. It's good to show that you're a human and you make mistakes every once in a while. Give me one quick sec. Coffee's kicking in. And I would show my opening, but you know, people are starting to get tired of it, so Oh man. Oh. Okay. Oh. I had to grab those awful fudge brownie things. These things are these things are so decadent. It's a step between, man, these are really good, or I should get checked for diabetes. Oh, they're just awful. Absolutely. How many milligrams in those brownies? We've had this talk a long time ago. I drink pot tea on stream, and I will never get that ripped on stream again, ever. And it hit me really hard in the middle of the stream, and I was like, uh-oh, why did I do this? So I will never again imbibe with edibles on stream ever again. I learned my lesson, and I thought I could chill out, relax. When that tea hit me, it was like a freight train. And all of a sudden, I'm holding on to my chair. Why? Why are you guys not out painting the town red? I have an excuse. I'm married. Easy. We're nerds with no life. That's kind of true. True. You know what? I recently actually got some trouble out of my life. I reserve, like, it's summer. I'm gonna start going out more, but I'm a bit of a homebody. Are you kidding me with this chin? This chin is trouble. Every time I go out, this chin gets me in trouble. Did you know how expensive the paint is now, man? Okay, that's funny. Not funny as somebody who was a painter until I got the job that I have now. Do you know, in the matter of 3 years, a bucket went from $50 to $150, a 5-gallon, and that's your job. That is your job. When the price goes up, because you have to translate that to your customers, and all of a sudden something that's affordable, you're like, well, this job that was $500 is now $2,000 because nobody can afford the paint. You know what's funny? I miss being a painter. It was an easier life. Oh my God, these brownies are decadent. When I was in my 20s, I was a yuppie. I would go to a Starbucks every day, and I got addicted to these triple chocolate cupcakes. And that's what this reminds me of. Oh, man. Brownies are... I'm really not going to look. Let's see what the calories... It's probably on the back. I'm not even trying to guilt myself. Oh, it only has 340 calories per brownie. Just a gallon of basic ass white or black paint nowadays costs $60. I would always buy Valspar, and they've lost their brains. I recently painted my bathroom, which I filmed and put on YouTube. I went to Home Depot. I'm sorry. Now I'm telling fishing stories. I went to Lowe's, and I was like, how much? I was shocked at how much a bucket of paint was. I don't know how anyone, excuse me. I don't know how people do it in the business nowadays. Honestly, I don't. Like, people who aren't sponsored, like independent painters, I don't know how they do it. Because even I had kind of a sponsor, and it was expensive. It was expensive. Oh man. Are you kidding me, Dose? This is what I do on a Saturday night. Watch old movies or television. And so that's the whole reason I started this stream, is because every Saturday, like, I would stream during the weekend. On Saturday night, I'm like, man, I'm bored. And I wouldn't see anybody online that I would stream with. So I was like, I'm just going to start streaming. And here we are. Oh. I love this vest. This vest definitely gets reactions. I wore this in Vegas and people were like, I love your vest. I love your vest. So with the addition of the tiger, it fits. Oh, great. Now I just have friends of the friend list from Lucille Ball stuck in my head, which, by the way, is the greatest Lucy episode of all time. And you think I'm playing? It is the lock screen of all of my phones. I need to figure out how to stream and I can maybe play some music. I would love that, Dose. I would love that. Let me know when you do that. I'll watch that. I will be there. I will be all up in your chat. I eat instant teriyaki noodles, watch you, and then watch reaction videos and old movies. Speaking of instant teriyaki noodles, gotta go throw another one in the microwave. I can do it. I'm just lazy and I haven't tried. Do you know what my thing is? YouTube's terms of services is so arbitrary. It's crazy. That's why on my other channel, I throw things out and I test. That's why I'm so mad that YouTube they locked me out of ranting and sewing with Godless Sewing. But anyways, excuse me. My whole point is, it's so hard to gauge what videos are copyright free and which aren't. Like, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Okay, that song, it has a copyright, but you can still show it on YouTube. If you were to play Faith No More, I almost got my channel taken down for just trying to relive the early 90s. Still to this day, I'm mad about it because it's been 3 years and I'm still talking about it. But I don't understand their terms of services. That's the problem. So certain songs are protected, like Thou Shalt Not Play, and other songs, and then I watched Questlove and he's playing every song and he didn't get one copyright strike. But let's be real, I am not on that level, nor do I ever claim to be. So YouTube's confusing, because music is actually a passion of mine and it's something that I love. I'm into all kinds of crazy stuff and I would love to share it with people, but I don't know where that line is because YouTube's term of services is confusing at best. And that's why I don't have a DJ channel. That's why I test out everything on my other channel, because it's weird. That's why you're going to start seeing new commercials, because I'm starting to figure out which ones have the copyright strike and which ones don't. And I finally figured out that Kenmore commercial doesn't, so I'll be playing that more. Everyone tells me to try Twitch first. Copyright issues is my only issue. Absolutely. I might start a Twitch channel. I might, because I have a few things to say. Quite a few things to say. I just need to get off my duff and do it. But I have that weird question. Like, is Twitch only about video games? Or can I do this on Twitch? Can I sew and rant? Because or maybe I just want to sew with my playlist playing in the background. Because my playlist is crazy. It's all over the place. Could I do that on Twitch? Could I just put on my CCTV camera and start sewing? Because some projects take forever. And I will sit here and spend a whole day making a coat with lining pockets, interfacing, and everything. If I was able to listen to my music, drink coffee, and walk away like 15 times. Interesting. Interesting. My so-called Twitch might be coming to a Twitch near you. I have a Rumble channel. If you ever on Rumble, go check it out. I need to post on that too. And really the only difference is that I curse. That's the only difference. That is the only difference, is that I curse on my Rumble channel. On YouTube, I'm extremely reserved because there is a such thing as YouTube English now, where there's a lot of things I do not say, which is sad, but you know, I'm self-censoring. And I'm not saying that I curse every other word. I'm just saying, like, you know, things slip out from time to time. Or when I get caught off guard, I might, you know, say holy smokes bullwinkle, but I'm really not saying holy smokes bullwinkle. And for anyone keeping score, I literally got that from Stargate. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Oh, right. You know what's funny, Dose? You're convincing me to start a Twitch channel. Because I do have a lot to say, but it's just, you know. Well, there was some... YouTube gives people the craziest copyright strikes. And it's funny because, like, I'm subscribed to some wild stuff on YouTube. And it's funny what people can get away with, but you can't say certain things, but you can show all kinds of things on YouTube. It's weird. They have all kinds of things going on: music, games, talk shows, etc. And you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I am sitting in a room of computers. I'm trying to spread the word of sewing. I'm trying to spread the word. Instead of Johnny Appleseed, I'll be Willie So Seed. That doesn't sound right at all in any way, shape, or form. I retract that 100%. Instead of Johnny Appleseed, I'll be that one's patent pending for sure. Oh, it is Saturday night. Oh man, that fudge thing was. What else do I? I got Sour Patch Kids, Twix, and Snickers. I've tried to go to Walmart less, so I went crazy the last time I went to Walmart. Oh, that's gold, Dose. So deaf. I love that. Do you know what's really funny? I bought that patent pending. I like that. Where's that sweatshirt I got today? That reminds me. It's gotta be somewhere. Oh, it's probably in my living room because I'm cleaning my house. But today I purchased a Def Jam sweatshirt, and it's sick. It has two wolves on the back. Def Jam knew what they were doing. Their marketing was actually kind of genius. I'd be into Sour Patch Kids. They are addicting. I sat here and almost ate the whole bag the other night. I had to move it away from myself while I was sewing because it became a distraction. I'm laughing because I put my stop screen on because I think it was Dose talking about someone eating a Snickers on Rashawn's channel. And so now I put my stop screen on. Me and anything gummy's a problem. Seriously, though. Seriously. All of this started because they closed, and it's real. I will never eat a Snickers on stream because of you, Dose. Ever. Ever. In the history of me streaming, I will never eat a Snickers live on YouTube again. But I'm one of the reasons I'm so mad they closed the dollar store by my house is because they'd had those Hasbro gummies. I was addicted to. They had the sour ones. They had the gummy bears. I was addicted to those things. And it's so sad. Ever since the dollar store closed, it has sent me out in the world looking for gummies and chocolate like a sad man. It is so sad. Don't repeat that on this page. For real, though. Oh, I will never eat. Anyways. But so now I went to Walmart, and the reason I didn't buy the Hasbro one is because I didn't want to get the 6-pound bag. I couldn't justify it, but I think I might have to get the 6-pound bag of gummy bears next time. I'm so mad they closed the dollar store. I am so mad. Oh. You know, they don't think of the rest of us. You know, I know the extremely rich people are scared to go to the dollar store. I lived to go to the dollar store. Even my son, because it's empty, and there's this huge empty parking lot by my house. My son, when he was little, I would take him there and be like, "You can get anything you want, kid." He loved the dollar store. We would go there. We were bored during the summer. Aw. And we both drive by like sad people looking in the empty store. I have heard this searching for a lot of people this week going and finding their candies again. It's because the dollar store had extreme convenience. They had a whole wall of candy, and so you felt guilt free because it was like $2, $3. Even the expensive stuff was like $4. But now we have to go out in the real world and find candy again. And Walmart has just unreal portions. I am fully convinced that Walmart is trying to make you big. Maybe don't live in an extremely rich area. Dollar store doesn't stay in business where you live. It's true. No, it's true. Well, there's the 99-cent store. The brand name has gone out of business completely. Oh, excuse me. Maybe I should drink more water. I'm getting indigestion because I don't drink water. But the dollar store has gone under. And what's happening is everybody is like, uh-oh. They don't realize how much we use that place. Because the dollar store had stupid things like sponges, bags. You could go crazy there and still have money left over. Now that it's not around anymore, like we're scrambling. And I'm one of those people. And during Christmas, my job does this weird like gift exchange. I'd go to Walmart and get 14 bags, 14 cards. The office would be done in 5 minutes. Get everybody a tchotchke from the dollar store. And where am I going to go now for Christmas? You're not getting indigestion because of gas station. No, you're getting indigestion because of gas station chimichangas. I can't say no to those things, especially when they're under the light. I can't stop eating those things. And that's real too. I have a fried food addiction, though. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm addicted to fried food. I do. I eat like a man from the South. It's a lot of Dollar Trees here. There's one in my town, and people are fighting to keep their. People are standing for the Dollar Tree. They're like, "Don't get rid of the Dollar Tree, man. It's all we got left now." We don't have Dollar General on my side of town. I have one Dollar General 3 miles from me and another 4 miles from me. Do you know, I didn't even know what Dollar General was until an ex-girlfriend of mine moved to Texas. And she was like, "Yeah, I got a job at a Dollar General." And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'd never even heard of one of those things. It's sad times, though. It's a sad time of the economy when stores like that are closing, because that was a main staple around here. People are People are crazy if they think that they're gonna. And it's funny because like everybody at first was like saying how like, oh, dollar stores gotta go, this or that, and then when it's closed, like a lot of people are like, wait a minute. But it's a sign of the times. And I'm still mad. In my hometown, they tore down the Dollar Theater, and I'm still waiting to see what they're gonna put in there. Because whatever they're gonna put in there, I'm not gonna like it. Ugh. But you know what? I hate to get Star Trek on you, but to quote, what was it? Undiscovered Country. The hardest thing about being in the new world is having to live in it. I think what's happening to me is I'm just old. I'm stuck in my ways. I was okay with the way things were, and they're all changing. And I'm like, no, I don't accept any of this. But the truth is, I just need to, I'm the stick in the mud a lot of the times. But if they're, that's just capitalism. Things come and go. They'll replace it with something else. Dollar General, Big Lots supposedly bought them out. So we'll see what happens. I like Big Lots because I wear watches at work, and I learned from the Rolex man himself. I knew someone that had this really extensive watch collection, but what they would do when they go out, they'd have their fancy one, and then at work, $10 watch. Between Steinmart and Big Lots, I got addicted to those giant polo watches, those $10 watches. I still have quite a few of them. Some of the Family Dollars here is half. Dollar Tree Family Dollar. Did not know that. You may as well join the army before working for Dollar General. You work less and get paid more. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, that's harsh. She was a hustler. Like, she was the kind of person that had 4 or 5 jobs at once. Like, she was a hustler. Like, she was always the manager. She would be like, she'd show up in a town and like, how do you live in Texas and have 5 jobs already? The five and dime are long gone. That will be like the dollar store now. It's sad to me. Or like Ruby Tuesdays. I'm not trying to show my age. When I was a kid, we had Ruby Tuesdays. It was just a bunch of junk everywhere. Oh man, I'm showing my age. You're right, though. You're right, and I have to tell myself this because what can you really do? It bothers me when people talk about the younger generation, when they say the younger generation is this or that, because I'm right there with you. But the one thing that people forget to say, hey, how's it going, Native Atheists? The one thing that people forget to say is that who taught that younger generation? So I know that times are changing, and so I'm just going to change with them as much as I can. So we had a Spencer's. Hey, Native, great to see you. Great to see you. We had a Spencer's, but Spencer's was more like naughty gifts. Is that what you're talking about? We had a Spencer's, but Spencer's was more like novelty items. In 20 years, kids today will be talking about Red Lobster like it was a high-end seafood restaurant when it was just a cheap chain crab. I miss Red Lobster. My parents were obsessed with that place. Man, I have Red Lobster stories. I miss, and El Torito too. I miss both those places. How's it going, Native? Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm just living in the past. Yes. I used to go crazy at Spencer's. Those places have kind of gone under too. But I think Amazon killed it more than anything else. Amazon killed Spencer's because you can get anything on Amazon now, Excuse me. The mall, the mall has kind of come and gone. At least I constantly talk about I live in Southern California, but where I live, even my mall is utterly and completely just a wasteland. I talked about this last time. They had a Big Lebowski store at the mall. That is like capitalism. Boo. But that was the death of the mall. So it's just sad. It's just sad to see. How's it going, Nita? I was gonna. I want to go to an Olive Garden once in my life before it goes away, just to see what it's like. I'd get my ass filled up on the ultimate breadsticks, though. Okay, as somebody who goes to the Olive Garden, there's a strategy. There's a strategy. Especially when they have the all-you-can-eat pasta and breadsticks. Can't beat local Italian places. Those are going the way of the dodo around here too. And like I said the other day, there's a sub sandwich place by my house. My son is obsessed with meatball sandwiches. I'm trying to get him away from Subway. They want $27 for a foot long. True, it's a giant piece of bread. It's homemade meatballs. They're the size of my hip. $27. I can make that at home for cheaper. Olive Garden is the okay. But do you like the Cheesecake Factory? See, I'm a cheap date. Take me out. I am easily entertained. Take me to Cheesecake Factory. Take me to Olive Garden. We still have Red Lobster here in town. I do love their cheddar biscuits. I went through a phase where before they packaged it, I asked people, how do they make that? They're like, man, that's nothing but flour and garlic and cheese. I started making those at home when I was a kid. I say kid, I was under 19, but like I was obsessed with their cheddar biscuits. Oh, taking me back. We used to have a local Italian place here. He closed the restaurant right before COVID and went back to Italy. Smart. I've never seen a Cheesecake Factory. I've told this story. I've gone all the way to Wisconsin to eat cheesecake. I'm obsessed with cheesecake. But the Cheesecake Factory, see, here's the problem. To most people, it's a mid-restaurant. I'm a burger and fries, onion fries kind of guy. To me, it's amazing. It's a really fancy TGI Fridays. Caro's. I don't know if that might be West Coast though. Anywhere where they have like pies or anything like that. I'm not going to say high class. See, but the problem is like the Cheesecake Factory at the Grove in Los Angeles is high class just because the Grove is high class. You know what I'm saying? So like, I like the Cheesecake Factory. I'm in the Chicago area, so we have all the places that make you fat. See, same here. Same here. The one thing I like about my area, though, is that we still have greasy spoon places. Like, we still have Okie Dog. We still have Love's Hot Dogs. Like, LA has, we're famous for hot dog stands. And I know someone in the Chicago area is like, what? But you could still buy just a hot dog this big. Oh, man, I'm hungry now. Oh, let me plug this phone in. It is crying. Oh, this is so sad. Apple does not recognize certain technology. There we go. And so I have to angle the phone cord for it to work half the time. Oh, man. I'm going to be up all night because everything I set out to do tonight, I did not get done. But that's why we're here, to waffle, sew a little bit. I still can't believe you've never seen a Cheesecake Factory. Western PA is like that too. We've invented putting fries on sandwich and salads. I need the chicken and waffle spot in Cali. They're everywhere. Do you know what's so funny? When I moved around, I was like, you guys don't put chicken on waffles? See, but because of where I live, like I eat from every culture. I'm obsessed with Filipino food, Armenian food, Mexican food, Chinese food, Japanese food. I like food. New York pizza and pasta has the best pizza I've ever tasted, but I'm in the middle of Oklahoma. Hey, I've been to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is awesome. I've been to Oklahoma. A friend of mine hated Texas so much that we went to Oklahoma. I had a great time driving through Oklahoma, met great people. Like, I have nothing bad to say about Oklahoma at all. Did somebody say best pizza? Okay, see, but okay. Food fight. Where's Ollie? Ollie, we're gonna start fighting about food again. I don't have a dog in the fight because I'll eat if it's thick or thin. I'm a Ninja Turtle. I am a real life Ninja Turtle. And if you want to incense it Saturday night and we're getting real gross, I'm going to keep sewing. Because of my age and my upbringing, I'll eat anchovies. And I still do. I'll put anchovies on pizza. I'll go to hell before I go to Texas. I've been to Texas. It is flat. Like I said I think I said this on Rashawn's stream. Texas is so humongous that with my I went with my ex-wife's brother, Justin, great guy. We drove to Texas from New Mexico to Brownsville, Texas. It took us 2 days to get there. That's how big. And we stopped in San Antonio and did spend the night, but it took us 2 days to get there. I was encroaching on the edge of my seat. I knew the fight was coming. When you talk about pizza, that's eat a dollar store pizza, but I'll eat a dollar store pizza, but still. See, but there's even ways around that. When you get a dollar store pizza, you have to toaster oven it. If you put it in the microwave, then like I'm here for you. I love you. You need a hug. I still eat Chef Birdie pizza and those toaster oven pizza, so I'm probably not the best source. I'm addicted to those though. Tombstone, come on, you put those in the oven; those are the greatest things on earth. And I don't know if they still make them, but when I was a kid, I was addicted to Stouffer's French bread pizzas. I was hooked on those as a kid because they had a toaster oven. Oh man. Oh, do they dose? You add toppings to the dollar store one, don't you? Fess up. Tombstones are good. Tombstones are bomb. Man, my son, it makes me laugh so hard. My son, when we go to the store, we have this route that we go, and I get a Tombstone pizza, and he gets a California Pizza Kitchen pizza. It's an age thing. Microwave pizzas are diabolical. Hey, man, if you're microwaving pizzas, I'm here for you. There's help. I will help you. Because I've been there. If you're and I know this from experience, it's soggy and you're depressed. And that's me talking into the mirror right now. Oh, good times. Yes, toppings from the dollar store. Oh, I have a bar oven that they made specifically for Tombstone pizzas. Makes one in like 8-10 minutes, and it tastes even better than out the regular oven. Oh, is that like the pizzazz? I don't know. Okay, so Gilroy exposed earlier. I've been addicted to watching television my entire life. I don't know if anyone remembers the pizzazz. I always wanted one. It was that weird oven that went around and cooked your pizza. Was that real? Because I'll tell you, like the George Foreman grill, that was real. Everyone I knew had one. Everyone I knew had a George Foreman grill. The only pizza thing you should microwave are pizza rolls. True. Pizza rolls are bomb still to this day. It reminds me of a New York pizza you gotta fold up to eat. See, but the New York pizza is amazing. New York pizza is amazing. It's not like that sad guy 3 a.m, like soggy pizza. Oh, that made my sides hurt. Oh, that made my sides hurt because that was the truth. Man, I've been there. I've been there eating those soggy pizzas. So we didn't answer it. Are you deep dish or thin crust? I don't have a dog in the fight. I'll eat it either way. I like the Red Baron pizzas too. I've only tried a Cali Pizza Kitchen pizza one time. To me, I'm not kidding you. I think they're all made in the same factory. If they're boxed like that, it's different because when you go into CPK, they're everywhere. Where I live, California pizza kitchens are everywhere. They're bomb. You're like, wow, this is good. The box stuff. I, but again, this is all conspiracy. Allegedly. I'm, I am all the above pizzas. Absolutely. I do not. Would you eat? Would you eat one with Alfredo sauce though? Because there's one by my house that it's a pizza place, but they made a pizza with Alfredo sauce. I was hooked on that thing. I ate it so much that I can't stand it. I ordered it for like a good 6 or 7 months. Every time I'd order from this place, I'd order that pizza. And now I can't stand the taste of it. All right, let me pull. Oh, that's going to look great when I pull the pins out of this thing. Yes, chicken Alfredo, bomb. Absolutely bomb. There's a pizza place up from my house. I almost doxed myself because in the name of the title is my town. But anyways, they have all kinds of pizza, but really what it is extremely thick crust. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It's thick with thin pizza, but they will make it deep dish if you want. But we're watching our waists here. If you eat pizza with Alfredo sauce, you need a 5150. I get a Domino pizza, Alfredo, Philly steak, mushroom onion. That sounds amazing. I have it saved as my favorite. That sounds amazing. Has anyone? Oh, Serger down. I elbowed my coffee into my Serger. Serger down. It is Saturday night. Splish splash. My Serger is taking a bath. Oh, I got the thread too. I knew eventually the yodeler would. This is yodeler's revenge right here. Oh, it got me too. That's funny. I love the Domino's pastas and the Pizza Hut pastas. I have this weird love for Pizza Hut just because oh yeah, bro, you need to come off. When I was a kid, my parents there's a Pizza Hut. It's probably closed by now, but my parents, they were ahead of their time. We would walk to the Pizza Hut because my parents were going to get wasted. But we would walk to the Pizza Hut on Friday nights. And I loved the Pizza Hut because it had an arcade in it. Gosh, this was a long time ago, kids, because you could still smoke inside. So I have a bias towards Pizza Hut because it's just nothing but good memories as a kid. Nothing but good memories. I'm going to have to wash that. This thing's going to reek of coffee. Oh, I gave myself a bath, too. That's hilarious. It is Saturday night here in the House of Sewing. So, like I was going to say, let me see if I can type that in. But has anyone ever heard of a Brazilian pizza? Let's see. Brazilian pizza. Oh, there's actually one near my house. That's funny. Let me see if it has pictures of what's. Oh, come on. Show me the layers. Oh, that's unfair. Brazilian pizza, they put like peas and The quintessential Brazilian pizza is known on the menus as pizza Portuguese. Portuguese style includes ham, sausage, bell pepper, sliced tomato, onions, black olives, boiled eggs. Variations also include peas and corn. Brazilians do not play when it comes to pizza. I've heard of Brazilian, but not a Brazilian pizza. You know, I got caught down a rabbit hole one night, and Brazilians go off when it comes to pizza. Their pizzas are this thick. One slice is a literal slice of pie. They are thick, thick, thick. This definitely just got to be washed. I knew I was gonna bonk that coffee eventually, but it's something I want to try. But I don't know if I have. I don't know if I can eat a pizza with peas in it. I'm an adult who makes his own decisions. I don't have to eat peas if I don't want to. I miss arcades too. There's one in LA. It's across the street from LA City College, but it's a hardcore neighborhood. I go there, but I wouldn't recommend going there unless they think you're from the neighborhood. Isn't that steak and mushroom pizza a Brazilian pizza? Yes. There's a ton of different variations, but Brazilian pizzas are no joke. They do not play. Now I'm craving something that's not even from my country. I've heard of a Brazilian wax and an Australian wax also. Dose, we have a saying here. If it has a country in front of it, it's probably illegal. That's what we tell the youngsters. Hey, man, listen. If you go somewhere and it has a country in front of it, don't go there. No way. No way I'm eating a pizza with fucking corn on it. You need 20 to life if you eat that. That's the one thing I love about YouTube is because I was a traveler. I'm an explorer. I'm that kind of person that if you're not an explorer, you would hate going somewhere with me because I'm like, let's go down here. Let's go down this street. Who are these people? Let's go find this out, you know? I would try it at least once. At least once. I've had all kinds of stuff that I thought was going to be disgusting that I absolutely loved. So you never know. You never know. Culture is funny that way. Food and different. You know, people come from other cultures. They come to America and they're like, what is this processed crud that these people are eating, you know? Excuse me. So it all just depends on where you're from. Man, that was an epic coffee spill. I'm gonna have to go back and cut that. I want to see the moment I elbowed my coffee. Could you imagine what Brazilians think of our food, though? I do love those videos. I love watching those videos of people eating American food, and they're like, what is this? Especially if it's a country I've been to, and I know all they eat is like real food. I'm like, oh, this is going to be funny. Reminds me of when I knocked a full pot of coffee onto my 80s VCR. Luckily, I only got the coffee into the arm of the serger, so I'm just going to toss this in my washing. I'm going to toss this in my dishwasher. I'm not even playing. It's plastic. It can take it. I probably had worse things in my mouth, so I'll practically eat and try anything. Fun fact, I like to say this, and someone always clicks off when I say this, but imagine how many spiders you've swallowed in your life. Just imagine. I've had some pretty exotic things. There's things that I've had I don't even say on stream because it's considered politically incorrect to say. But I've had all kinds of crazy things. But again, I'm that crazy person who's like, what does that taste like? Carol, I guess the VHS tapes wasn't the only thing sticky. Hey, that reminds me. Dose totally reminded me of something. Let's see if it plays. I don't know if anyone knew, but there's a monitor next to that monitor. Hold on, we don't want to get any of the super copyright stuff in there. But I am so starved for entertainment today that when I was out, I went there. There's a thrift store next to this Chinese place that I go to all the time. That's the only reason I even know it exists, is because I used to go to this. Well, I still go to this thrift store all the time. If you're eating anything with red dye and red coloring in it, it came from African bugs. Cool. You got 80s born awesome. No, but if you grew up with those giant boxes in your life, then you're awesome. Oh no, that's just a preview. So let me see if I can find the box. It's gotta be. So it made me laugh. I have many working VCRs in this room, many, and I'm not kidding you. During the pandemic, my son was like, "You have issues, sir," because he found my stash of 6 VCRs. I have 5 working VCRs and 1 that I will get working again. But and I have multiple VCR combos in this room. But you know, I was out shopping, getting stuff, minding my own business. Gilbert, most chocolate and candies have a shellac that came from the shellac beetle. He got adult movies from all eras, everything from Deep Throat to Forrest Hump, Goodwill Humping to anything else. Usually, if you got a TV VCR combo, you got some 80s. I bought Broken Arrow for 99 cents, and you guys are tripping. Christian Slater for life. If you don't remember Cuffs, you're probably not in your 40s. I was standing there and I was like, am I at that place in my life where I'm buying a Broken Arrow VHS? Yes, I am. On a Saturday afternoon walk before I went and got my Chinese food, which the rest of it I'm going to destroy after this live stream. Come on. We all know you keep swollen, Aaron. Come on. You can't deny the old John Woo films, man. Those John Woo films were hardcore. To age 50 years and 20 years. You know what? Now I have to Google what Christian Slater looks like right now. I have to know what he looks like. But John Travolta's got stress, though. All right. Don't know who you are. He looks good. Oh, but he's young though. Christian Slater's only 54. Why did I think he was like way? That means he's been acting his entire life. That's funny. Then he was like 20 something years old in Star Trek. Interesting. And now we now know that Kilroy knows the name of every 80s prawn on Earth. Oh. And you know what's funny? You guys are talking trash, but I watched this movie earlier today and I was like, I forgot how good of a movie it was. So Broken Arrow for life. Let me finish this patch. Broken Arrow. It's a good movie. And you know what? Maybe my movie habit is way better than sitting around watching people fight each other on YouTube. I don't know. But I watched it earlier today and I was like, I forgot how much I like this movie. Oh, the good old days. But I think a lot of it is nostalgia. With most of those movies, it's just nostalgia. Because I remember when they came out. That's back when I used to go to the movies all the time. So I'm like, oh, this is the greatest movie. But really, it's just, I'm remembering the memory of it. I even know the name of your tape. Singers, squealers, and moaners. Patent pending. I like that. Oh, that just put a horrible image in my mind. Patent pending, patent pending. Oh, good times. Good time. I'm so glad I decided to add this patch. And I'm also glad I decided to not pull out the closet cam this evening. It's too much. And I still have a ton of work to do in there. I was just thrilled that I actually had progress in there today. And it's so funny. Whenever I clean out in there, I always find something. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this in 6 months because it's been hiding in there the entire time. Beautiful. Oh man, that coffee got me. That's all right. Excuse me, I'll be doing laundry later anyways. And I made the coffee extra strong, so I'll be up. My town had this huge swap meet, and it's closed down, and it's really sad because a lot of it, man, that place employed a lot of people, and it's really sad. So I'm definitely gonna sleep in because I used to just because it's right. Well, it's in my town, so it's within driving distance. But it's really sad that place closed down. I hope one of my favorite movies remake is good. Beetlejuice. Do you know what's funny? I've said this just like when they were gonna redo Beverly Hills Cop. I was like, shut up and take my money. When I saw Axel Foley in the Detroit Lions jacket, I was like, take my money. So when I saw the original trailer for Beetlejuice, I was like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We'll see if it gets ruined or not, but I'm here for it. And I've said this a million. Even India is in driving distance if you're patient enough. I've said this before. I knew somebody who was Beetlejuice at Universal Studios. He was actually an amazing human, but he was the Beetlejuice at Universal Studios. They need to quit with the remakes and start having original ideas. Okay, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. As somebody who's hooked on all the originals, stop going for my people. I'm telling you, I have not seen 1 minute of the MacGyver remake. Everybody knows how obsessed I am with Mac, and I haven't seen the Hawaii Five-0 remake. I haven't seen 1 minute of that, and I love Grace Park. I haven't seen. They did a Magnum PI remake. I haven't seen a second of that. Now I have the Magnum PI stuck in my head. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na. That man, that song is hardcore. I always hear about West Coast swap meets. I always want to go. It's, you know what? It's bargain heaven, and you can haggle. You could like they'll negotiate with you. They will. Man, there was one time I started off at $5 with this one guy, and I talked him down to $1, and he was like, "Take it," and I was like, "Really? That worked? That worked?" I was shocked at my own negotiating skills that day. There's next to no chance of me going to a West Coast swap meet. I want to go to the MIT swap meet someday though. I could swing that. I want to go to the one in San Francisco. There's a ton I want to go to. There's a ton. I've been actually looking up like flea markets that are not close to my house because the Vegas trip, man, I got the travel bug. And so I want to start traveling again. And so ever since my Vegas trip, it showed me that the world is still there. So I've been looking up all kinds of crazy trips I can take. And I want to go back to the Bakersfield Fair this year when they open up, just because I'm not kidding you, they will fry anything. Greatest movie of all time, nerds. Greatest movie, Revenge of the Nerds. You know it, dude. Absolutely. This is the House of Nerds here. I would love a Revenge of the Nerds remake. Again, man, those were my movies. I don't know how it would feel. I don't know how it would feel with somebody going after those movies. I have a question. Do you like the Ghostbusters movies? Because um I loved the first movie, but the second movie with the Bobby Brown song, can I guess we're gonna have to take control. Now I'm really showing my age. But when Ghostbusters 2 came out with the Bobby Brown song, I was there. I'm biased. Has anyone seen the new Ghostbusters? Have them fry a touching so they would in a heartbeat. Full bobbin, everything. They would fry the plastic self-winding bobbin, and they'd have me eat it after. They're crazy there. The first was good, the others was okay. It could use a remake. I haven't seen any of the I watched the one that was the cast with all women, just because people were losing their brains. So I had to go see the movie. I liked it. But I haven't seen any of the newer ones. I have not at all. But I'm biased. Like, again, like, I remember when the second movie came out, the Bobby Brown single, like, but again, I'm old. I am almost done with my goon patch. Well, with my goon vest. Oh, I think I am done, but I'm going to just continue to go in between until the thread's gone. All right. Perfect. Now I have Bobby Brown stuck in my head. Such a good song. But again, I'm biased because I'm from that era. I love the Ghostbusters. I treat it like Star Wars series. Wow. Did you watch the cartoon? I did. Now I'm really showing my age. Now I am really showing my age. My mom used to babysit, and so she would always have cartoons on the television. I loved the Ghostbusters cartoon as a kid. Oh, right. Let me pull some of these pins and see how the. Oh, that's perfect. Some are good, some are meh. The one thing I loved about the old cartoon was the animation. It was very dark. It was almost like if anyone watched the Men in Black cartoon, that cartoon was weirdly dark, and I was here for it all day long. I loved that cartoon because it just was extremely like I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just had this eerie feeling to it. And I need my scissors to correct a mistake before I continue to make one. I was that way with Scooby Doo. I still buy the Scooby Doo cheeses. I knew people like that. Do you know what's so funny? I knew somebody who was a Scooby Doo purist, but they loved the Freddie Prinze Jr. movies. I'll be here for a little bit longer. I'm going to be closing up shop in a little bit, but I will be here a little bit longer. I'm busting out Broken Arrow. It is time to go to bed. But look at that tiny screen. And yes, I have a camera on a flagpole. You know what though? There was major progress made here today in the House of Sewing. Though I finally managed to get to my chair. That's usually my goal, but my closet is so chocked full of stuff. I've been going through everything. I'm bringing out all my summer stuff and putting away all my winter stuff, but it's a task when you own hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shirts. So it's been a productive day. I managed to get coffee on my serger, so my serger is going to get cleaned. No, it looks good. Most of it was on the arm here, which I could start cleaning right now because I obsessively Lysol wipe everything down. I have to find that Def Jam sweatshirt. That sweatshirt was awesome. The one I found today. There's this one thrift store that I go that I go to. They have these crazy prices for sewing machines, but they also have sale days. So if you just wait, like right now, they have a Brother VX 809. That thing's worth $10 to me, but I really, really want it. But they want $50 for it. And I was like, I'll come back when it's half off day. Crazy people. Crazy people. Oh man, this thing needed to be wiped anyways. I'll be on Social Security and still watching Scooby. Scooby reminds me of my childhood. That and like all the old school cartoons. I watched all of that when I was a kid, especially Scooby Doo, all of that. Oh, now I have the Scooby Doo. Where are you? That wasn't even my era, and I was hooked on that. Oh. All right, let's move. Let's do a little cleaning here in the house of mess. My serger was officially baptized by coffee here in the house of sewing. And I will not be able to wipe that smell away for a while. And I'm looking for the Lysol wipes that are right in front of my face. Do you ever do that? I'm starting to do that old person thing where I walk into the kitchen with a full head of steam and I'm like, I don't remember why I walked in here. I'll march right out with that same fever feeling like, oh, God, I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, man. Perfect. This thing needs to be cleaned anyways. All right. Oh, man, I splashed all over the place. I always say spatial perception is crazy because this desk is actually quite huge. This is a 7-foot desk. I just have a ton of stuff on it. I gotta leave shit out on the counter to prevent that. Oh. I laughed because this nylon thread got some coffee on it, but this stuff will just keep soldiering on. This is thick nylon thread. This stuff was made for wartime, man. This stuff will survive. Do you know what's funny? Every time I look at my iron, I laugh because I spent $80 to it was a year ago. I bought an iron, griped about it, used it like 6 or 7 times, and then bought that cordless iron for $10 at a thrift store. Every time I look at my iron, I shake my head like I spent $80 for you just to be a paperweight. Oh man. That was a full coffee Dunkin' I gave myself. I'm definitely going to have to go back and cut that. I don't know which song is more insidious. Skits got In the Navy stuck in my head, and now I have the Scooby-Doo song stuck in my head. All right, let me clean up a little bit. I'll try this vest on and see how the tiger looks. I'll cut the thread in a minute. I think I've gone far enough for today. It's on there. I'm going to go back probably later tonight. I'm going to go back and go in between every single thread here and add another stitch because I like to secure patches and make sure they're on there for a while. Oh, and that reminds me, there was a 3-point something in Ojai, California today, which is near the beach, which is basically in between me and the beach. And I'm I'm gonna say for the record, if there's an earthquake in this room, we're all gonna go viral because I'm gonna run out of this room. I absolutely love sewing. Sewing is something I plan to do for the rest of my life. But if I sat here during an earthquake, my sewing stuff might take my life. Above my head, I have now 12 55-gallon bags filled with scraps, and they're heavy. I have easels. I have 2 surfboards. I'm not going to say how many sewing machine cases I have above my head, but my house is earthquake safe. Everything is low or Velcroed down. This room is not earthquake safe. So I will be running out of this room if there is an earthquake. Full steam. And it seems like they're getting closer and closer, so there will be one soon. But I kept on seeing, because I'm subscribed to the California seismograph on YouTube, and it sends alerts, you know. And the funny thing is, I was ignoring it. It kept on sending alerts, and I'm like, whatever. There was an earthquake, and it was a 3-something. I didn't even feel it. Oh man, I dunked myself tonight. I go through this weird thing of, is that vertigo or an earthquake? When the big one comes, your whole sewing shack is going to be sucked into the earth. Well, I'm sitting on a concrete pad. I hope there's slee stacks down there. Man, that show scared me as a kid. No, but I'm serious. If there's an earthquake, I am running out of this room. You need a clothes rack behind you. In my closet, I have a double clothes rack that's in my closet. I wouldn't bring that thing out. I need a warehouse. I have finally convinced myself that I think I need a giant warehouse to continue my hobbies and habits. I need a big warehouse. He needs to buy a damn warehouse. See, thank you, number one. He needs to buy a damn warehouse is what he needs to do. Keep every machine on a very solid table that can't tip. I was thinking about that, but it would have to be a hall. Because I would want to display them, you know? So sad. I can't, you know what? Oh my gosh, I've been going for 3. I am a talker. I've been going for 3 hours. Do you know the second I thought of that, I thought of Fred Sanford? I just don't want to have a giant room of like 75 tables in the middle. I want them to be like all along the wall. You can walk up to it and use it, look at it, see what year it's from. You know. You know, every time I say Fred Sanford's name, it's a nail in my coffin, because one day I'm going to be that guy. Like 10, 15 years from now, I want to be like, come down to Southern California, buy my sewing machines. You need a camera pointing towards a clothing rack to showcase the stuff he's made. Do you know what's really funny? I used to do that all the time, but people got mad at my closet cam. I actually had a camera in my closet through all my live streams, because my closet, a lot of it are clothes that I've purchased, but most of it is stuff I've made. So my closet is like, it's the ghost of Christmas past. It's everything I've ever made. Apparently, there's a coral fire just outside San Francisco. Oh, a corral fire. Man, I need to wear my glasses. just outside San Francisco, 9,000 acres. Do you know what's really funny? That's probably why I need to look that up. Yesterday, out of the blue, 25 miles east of Fremont. Yesterday, I'm looking at this sky and I'm like, why is this sky? Because we get smog and we get all the particulates. So you can tell it's an extra smoggy day when you can't see the mountains. when you know what, it always makes me laugh when people are like, oh, it's hazy. It's not hazy, bro. It's smoggy. Where I live, because I live around millions of people, we have destroyed the air again. The smog pump actually was technology that saved the earth in real time in my lifetime. But we have too many people here. We have all these crazy wildfires. So there's all these particulates in the air that get whipped up with the wind. I bet between that and the fire, yesterday the air index was so unhealthy. I looked it up and it was like, don't leave the house. Let's look up the air index. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says for tomorrow. Yesterday was they're lying their tails off. The air quality. The air quality is acceptable. However, pollution in this range may pose a moderate health concern for a very small number of individuals. People who are unusually sensitive to ozone or particulate pollution may experience respiratory systems. Excuse me, that's not healthy air, guys. If you have to have a legal explanation of the air quality, oh man, we're screwed. And there's another fire, 31 miles. That's probably the one. Because Bakersfield is an hour and a half on the other side of the mountain. So it's probably that one. Great. Every time Gilroy posts, I read it in Daria's voice. I did that for a couple years. I loved that show. Great. The air quality is crap. And you know what? It's so funny. The way they word it, they're like, it's moderate. No, that's not moderate, guys. That's unhealthy. Ugh. I knew they were going to say that. I knew that they were going to be like, the air quality's just, don't go outside if you can't read. A small minority, asthmatics and people with respiratory issues are not a small minority. I'm sorry. I am sorry. We live in the modern era. Most people I know have an inhaler. Oh, I love LA County. They will say anything to not take responsibility. Well, what can you really do though? The air is the combination of human beings and fires. So there's really nothing we can do about it. I get that all the time. You know what? I haven't said this in a while, but I was obsessed with that show. I have 6 Sad World patches. I was obsessed with that show. 6 Sad World. Oh man, you know what's so funny? I did not think we were gonna go full Elvis tonight. I had no idea we were gonna go full Elvis. Oh, I haven't even tried on my goon patch, my vest. Let's do a reveal. We sat here for 3 hours. Might as well get a reveal going. You know, I'm trying to fix my camera angle, and that thing is still crooked. All right, let me move that. So this is gonna look extra crazy because I'm not wearing sleeves. But here in the House of Sewing, you know. Oh my. One day, this mic stand is just going to completely be done with me. Poor guy. It's probably my age. This mic stand's like, why am I still here? Why am I still here? Oh, I love that. I love the old school biker style of vest. I love the cut, the huge V-neck. This is 1970s style when they're walking around holding their vest like this. I love this look. But the back. Let me look. Oh, that looks great. Oh, I have a monitor over here I can see. Oh, that's beautiful. Should I walk around tough guy with my tiger good vest? This is beautiful. I love how this came out, and this is what we do on a Saturday night dose. Beautiful. Beautiful. The cam is slowly moving. That's terrible. It's because it's hot in here. And like that thing is held up by duct tape and zip ties. And the duct tape slowly starts melting. That's how hot it is in Southern California. It's this room though. There's no other room though where I could do the things that I do in here. So I had to elect one room, aka my garage, as my sewing room. Because I'm singing out here, I'm loud out here. This is a perfect room. I'm definitely going to call this one a victory. I love this vest. I love the style, but with the tiger on it, it's even better. And for anyone wondering, these Milwaukee vests, the Milwaukee leather, they have huge pockets on the insides. Look, my entire wrist is in there. Look, my entire hand. These are humongous. I love these. I shoved so much stuff in these pockets. It's not even funny. And it's perfect when you're going somewhere and you don't want to wear your wallet in your back pocket, So these vests are amazing. They're made for actual use. Like these are not cheaply made at all. I love these Milwaukee leather vests. All right. We saw, we've gone around Jupiter twice this evening. It is Saturday night. I want to thank everybody who has been here tonight. I'll be back at it on Monday. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. But seriously, I want to thank everybody. Tonight, I kind of mailed it in and took a night off. I really wanted to add this patch, but I thank everybody because we had a good time. 4 yards of conversation. We had a good laugh. We talked about Brazilian pizza again because one day I will eat a Brazilian pizza live on stream. And Kilroy will be repulsed by peas on pizza. It's a new one. People hate pineapple on pizza. Try peas on pizza. But let me switch my angle. Oh, man. Poor camera. That poor camera is so... I got to figure out a way to better mount that thing. But we're here. It is Saturday night. I would like to thank everybody who joined me tonight. I'll be back at it. Oh, I have pineapple on pizza with ham and bacon, double cheese, whatever. Like I said, I'll eat food fight. Ready to fight. Use a real mount instead of tape and zap strap. The funny thing is, I'm sitting in a room of professional mounts, and I'm like, well, duct ties and zip tape work just as well. I was here for the big pussy on the vest. Thank you, Dose. Thank you, thank you. Oh man. But seriously, thank you. Like on Saturday, it's hard to gauge on Saturday nights whether anyone's going to show up or not because people actually do have lives, even though I don't. So I like to sew and hang out on a Saturday night. And I think everybody, man, we had a full coffee shablam. The coffee, baptized by coffee here in the House of Sewing. I'll be back at it on Monday. I seriously though, I'd like to thank Dose, Alibaba, Kilroy, as always. I thank you, number one. Joy, anyone who's watching, anyone who watches this in the future, Butterfly, as always, I thank you. Anyone, Mo, thank you for stopping by. I'll be back at it on Monday. And on Monday, you know, I always do these like suspenseful things. These suspenseful things. I'm going to make hammer pants. Why not? Why not? It's that time of year. It's been a while, and now I have the too legit to quit in my head. I'm gonna go raid my fridge like a true pirate. I'm gonna go pull into Port Kitchen and destroy my refrigerator. I'll see everybody on Monday. I hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend. If you don't make them, I'm gonna get on a red eye and steal all your machines. Man, you need the National Guard for that one. Audi 5000. Oh, man, see, now I have to make hammer pants. I'll be back at it on Monday. I thank everybody. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.